Hello. Oh my goodness. Why?
I'm like, you
There we
skipped
go.
it.
It's a little. I got a little trigger happy on the intro.
That's
it's the
okay.
coffee. The twitch fingers.
Oh.
What? Just the coffee. This is me before I had my coffee. It's some twitchy fingers.
I'm like, oh, what's happening? Are you okay,
Is it too
Brad?
early? Is it too early for you, Bigly?
No, I'm fine.
Is it too early for you,
I was up
Bigly?
so early.
You were up so early. What time were you up this morning?
Same time as you.
Which was?
Like
6:30. That's a big one for you.
Yeah.
Very, almost uncharacteristic, you might say.
Because I don't get up that early.
Steph don't do mornings
but
like that. I mean, you do mornings
I do
like this.
mornings.
You
No,
were
but
up
like
so
I'll do
early.
mornings at
What time
6:30
were
when
you
it's
up?
a holiday.
Look at all the alerts are BazNBigly
Like
because I was
6:30.
testing them before we went live, and those.
Oh, I can hear us. Why can I hear us?
Yeah. Huh? Very.
You're
yeah,
playing us
almost
right now.
uncharacteristic, you might say.
Because I don't get up that early. On this.
Steph, I know mornings
Yeah, but
like that. I mean, you do mornings. Like
I'm
this.
home on another snow day.
There
Oh
we
my
go.
God.
That's better. Hey, Polyhedro in the Big Set coming in with 4 months straight. Thank you very much for the greatly appreciated support, Polly. Thanks so much, Jay. Home on another snow day. Can you say guest star in the AM? I see where you're going with that. There we go. That should be better now.
That is. I can't hear it.
Because I brought up a second monitor.
I know you did, and I was trying to tell you, and then you were going everywhere, and I was like, but it's this. It's
Yeah,
this
'cause-
right. It's that.
Relax.
Hi, Scarshack. Good morning.
Yes, exactly.
I like that you call us kiddos. It makes me feel so young.
It makes me feel young and fresh.
Though I feel like we're
Vibrant.
probably the same age.
Hey?
Captain, lurking from work. All right, Caraxis.
Lurking from
Thanks for
working.
lurking from working. Yes, Polly, we are doing good. We're doing nice. We're doing nice? We're doing nicely.
We're doing super nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I was up early. Vashu, good morning. Oh,
Yeah.
look at all these lovely faces coming in to join us this lovely, lovely morning.
There we go. That's what I was.
On the, oh God, that's a heavy.
It's a heavy.
Oh yeah, do you hear that?
Oh God, that's a heavy.
Love you too.
2.5 minutes on the countdown.
Caraxis.
Good morning,
nice.
Kyraxis. Good morning,
doing
Vashu.
nice.
Good
We're
morning,
doing
Scarshack.
With all my love. You had it coming through again. Just letting you know.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Who did the art? They did a good job.
I have to do
Which one? The art in the background over there in the middle of us? Ranquist? Oh my God!
my
Good
goodness.
morning! Oh my God!
I finally guilted you
into what? Coming
Into
and joining?
to the stream. What's
The
up,
cafe
baby?
as
Good
a whole.
morning. I have to just
Good morning,
put this a
Kim.
little
Oh, and thank you for the like, Kim, as well, and the share as well. Yeah, it's a nice morning. Our countdown has another 1.5 minutes on it before we get into the good, because that's how it is. No guilt. I've lurked before. Oh, yay! Well, we love it when you're here.
Yes, we do. It's always special when like our RL
Our
crew come in.
like our crew.
Yeah, because we don't have very many from our RL group that make a show regularly. And it's just greatly appreciated. It's nice to see you guys.
Yeah, it's nice.
Love the solidarity.
Also, like I put faces then to names.
Yes, that's
Right? I'm like,
Big thing for stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's a
well,
nice.
you
cool,
kind of started.
I did. I would say no. So if I don't know what you look like, then I just make up what you look like.
That's.
And then when I find
kind
out
of
what
like
you,
how Steph does it.
yeah. So I have to like put a thing, the face to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Dina, thank you for the like as well.
Thank you, Deanna, for the like, sharing out the stream. Kim, thank you for the share and the like. I know Steph mentioned that, but I wanted to do it too.
It's a nice cold morning. More coffee to warm up. Agreed.
30 seconds left on the clock. We got a lot of great things to chat about today. We we have shorter on news. There wasn't really a ton of news.
No.
Light news, right? Like we know we can get like
there's
the
lots of
typical
news.
your typical doom and gloom.
Yeah, there's lots of news.
There's lots of news.
We don't want that
But
news.
some really great things in gaming and some really great nerdy things that we want to share with you guys. Are you excited?
I have something to talk about nerdity in my topic that you don't even know about yet.
Oh wow.
Because I checked up some things this morning.
Oh, very nice. I have
Uh-huh.
a little sneak that I might add in too.
Oh.
And we're gonna go a little bit deeper on Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
So specifically some Zelda news, which is great, stemming off the launch of our playthrough of Breath of the Wild, which we started last night, which was a huge hit. We had an amazing
So
time.
much fun.
A ton of people in chat, a whole bunch of raids. We had a really great evening with you, as we always do. But we're all set to go.
Yeah.
So
look at our chat love.
let's
look
get
at our
this
love.
party started.
Hold on, let's look at this
Okay,
love.
yeah, that's your own chat. Let's do it. Do it up.
I know. I just didn't want to interrupt
Oh,
you.
the chat love.
No,
Please,
it's
by
just
all
so much.
means.
I got like early morning
Deanna.
favorites.
Thank you so much.
Caraxes, I'm always here because I love you. I love you to everyone, especially Ranquist.
There you go. Well, that's amazing. And what better energy to kick off a great Friday morning to start your week's end. We've got the warmth, the love in here to melt all that freeze outside.
Yeah.
So let's get her done. Yes, good morning starts now. Awesome intros, very soothing. Yeah, we like to set the vibe up
so
early, you know what I
soothing.
mean?
I gotta fix
Kim says pretty much the news is the southern half of the U.S. is freezing.
Yeah.
Canada, please come get your weather. Coincidentally enough, our first topic speaks to that exactly.
does.
So, Captain Kyraxis, thank you very much for the big sub. Love the support, buddy.
That's
Thank
so
you for the prime
nice.
sub.
Oh my
Much
God, what have we
appreciate you.
done?
5 Pud showing up in solidarity. Yes, up in the early morn, the frigid morning light. Good morning. I'd much rather hang out with you guys than shovel my driveway.
Well, you can just be like us.
Yeah, that's right.
And not shovel.
And just don't. And then slowly scale a mountain of frigid mass in order to do anything even remotely functional. That's kind of where it's gotten. But today we're resigned to actually shovel the driveway. So
Yeah. Caraxis wants me to send some bagels, or apparently he would like Stefan to send some bagels.
Stefan, we'll send Stefan right over. We'll send Stefan.
Stefan.
Oh, you mean Stefan? Stefan O'Halloran. Officer Stephen O'Halloran from Grand Theft Auto 5 roleplay on the Lineage RP server. Is that what you mean? No problem, Captain Kyrax. Officer O'Halloran will be right over there. Code 4, sirens blaring, lights blazing with your bagels. No problem. Coming right your way.
Wow.
That's
That
one of
was
my
nice.
GTA 5 roleplay characters.
We know.
Were you aware?
Yeah.
We
it
know.
says
It's
nerdity
just like,
warning
we
up
know.
there.
We know.
Gotta
What are you
get
doing
rid of
here?
that. Get rid of that.
Nobody likes you, nerdity warning.
Nope.
Get out of here. Indubitably. Steppers.
That's me.
Yes.
That's
More
me.
at very least bagels in the hot top. Kyraxis is using voice to text again. It's kind of his superpower.
I love it. It's my favorite.
Splendid. Bigly, what's on your mind this morning? How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling good. I'm still, like I said, I was up earlier than my normal early. But it's good. I was awake. I was like, there's no point in going back to bed. Am I right? You know, when you're just up, you're up. Sometimes you're up and you just stay up. Unless it's 3 a.m, then don't stay up.
It rarely serves to,
Unless you have to
sorry,
go
just
to
had to
work.
reset chat there, guys. Can we get some chat spam to make sure my chat's working? That is a gratuitous plug to get chat rolling.
Yeah, well, chat is rolling. It just
I know it
wasn't
is
rolling
but
there.
I want the world to see the love.
Chit
Chit-chat
chat
spam.
spam.
Yes. Send Sonic over
Perfect.
with bagels, though the snow sends Sonic over with bagels through the snow. Stop voice to texting. Actually, never stop. Never stop. This is content right here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Autocorrect and voice to text are working against Captain Kyraxis, and that's the show today, pretty much. So I'm here for it. Canned ham.
Spam.
Kim. Nicely done. Kim even has a pun for spam. Mm-hmm. Splendid.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Oh my goodness, what love early up. Such beautiful, chaotic energy. That's kind of our brand. Maybe that should be the new tagline. Instead of good morning starts now, it's just beautiful, chaotic energy. All right.
Pretty funny.
Sounds good. If we haven't had the pleasure, welcome to the show. My name is Brad, a.k.a. Baz.
And I'm Steph Bigley.
And this is the BazNBigly Morning Show. Every Friday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Of course, those of you who are here with us know that. Because it's early and kalt. That's German for cold. That's right. Coming at you worldwide in all of your native languages. Who'd have thought there was a 5 a.m.? Seriously? I don't think there is. The day existence begins at 6 a.m.
You're usually, okay. I was like, you're usually up
I'm
early.
usually up that early, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I'm an early bird.
Yep, you
But
are.
unfortunately, that also means that I
So
start
is
to pass out
Captain.
when we're watching WandaVision.
Caraxis is also
Just kidding.
early bird.
I've never actually passed out during WandaVision. It's impossible.
No, not during WandaVision. I don't know what my hair is doing on this side. I'm just gonna. I have a clip in, but it's not working with the headset.
It's cool. Take your time, Bigley.
I will.
We'll wait.
Thank you. I know. I know.
3 a.m. I'm lucky boy. Are you still on that schedule, Kyraxis? Are you
We're
in the
doing
new
the
schedule
week.
yet? No, because
So
yeah,
it starts early.
yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. You finish around 2 or something, right?
Yep.
That's a good.
Rankwist.
The good side is you're done like early. in the
Rankwist, you're
afternoon,
not an early riser. You just don't sleep.
Me too. I'm an early riser.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In order to rise, one must first lie.
Well, I guess he lies. He just doesn't close his eyes.
We're breaking it down for you, right?
And then he
Because
gets up.
stay tuned, and we'll have your entire setup worked out for you by the end of the show. I promise.
prefer 5 p.m. happy hour. Nothing happy about 5 a.m.
That's fair.
great. Wait, there's a 3 a.m.
If we were to choose, then 5 p.m. might be the preference for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a schedule that changes all the time, and Steph TikTok.
For the bagels. Steph, TikTok.
Oh.
You get it?
Yeah, okay,
Not
gotcha.
like
Steph
TikTok.
TikTok, right. Okay, that's where we are now, where I hear TikTok. I no longer think TikTok. I think, like,
Yeah.
preteens dancing in, like, well-coordinated gangs.
Ranquist, lich them almost
Literally almost achieved, so close.
Next time, Ranquist, by the time we see you outside of like quarantine and everything, you're just going to be like,
That's right. You just need a phylactery. A phylactery.
Brandon just, he
Snowman
flies
420. Oh,
over.
yeah. Speaking of high energy, what's good, Snowman? Welcome. So appropriately
Good
named right
morning.
now, too.
Yeah.
Snow and 420
It's snowing right now.
equals, like, that's pretty much the quarantine flavor right now. Quarantine plus lockdown equals snow plus 420.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. It's high energy. It's positivity. And with that, shall we jump into lighthearted news?
Yes, we
I don't think
should.
we want to have a shorter show, but we only really have one news topic each.
Yeah, but
this
we usually
week.
go overtime.
Yeah, and we did pick up a couple of other surprise things that apparently we didn't even communicate. Introducing Pippin's butthole, and let's get started with some lighthearted news. Shall we? Madam Bigley starting us out in lighthearted news this week, stemming from Kim's perfect
It is.
segue.
So Kim was
We're
talking about
Yep.
it's my topic.
Yeah,
Kim
I
was,
was just introducing you,
no,
but
but I
you
can
do it.
introduce my topic.
Well, please, by all means.
Will. So, as everybody knows now about the crazy weather in Texas. So, obviously, there's a lot of like people are out of power, and like there's been some bad things that have happened with it as well. But I wanted to talk about it because Kim mentioned about like Canada, take your weather back. And I've been seeing some pretty funny videos and some people just in Texas, just completely at a loss of like what to do, and just like posting videos being like, Canadians, I don't know. Like they don't own shovels. They don't have the infrastructure. They don't have salt. Like I saw a guy lay grits down on his stairs to stop the ice.
Grits?
Grits.
Like the food.
Yes.
Like grain.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he didn't have sand
yeah.
or he didn't have sand or salt or anything. So he had grits.
Okay.
To put it down his
Sure.
front.
Sure.
All right. I saw a girl.
That seems like a very newfie thing to do,
Yeah.
actually.
I saw a
That makes me
girl
homesick.
asking if anyone knew about any Canadians who could help her and teach her how to shovel, because she was shoveling with, so you know those like plastic bins
Oh my! Like
with the lid.
Yeah.
So she was
Like a storage
Yeah,
bin?
storage bin. She was shoveling with the storage bin.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, people were like, "Don't you have like a garden shovel or something? Even like any sort of
rake,
shovel,
a steel
any
rake.
sort of shovel. Why isn't this poutine helping me get
Helping me
traction?"
get This is very Canadian. Put poutine under the tires.
Oh
I
my
think.
god!
Yeah.
But it would just, news would not waste good grits.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It would be a waste of good
It's
grits.
so funny though, because like there's just so many people being like, Canada, how do you do this? Like, how do you do this? And it is true though, because if we think about this, we right now have about the same amount of snow that they do.
Yes.
Yeah. And
We have more now. Like we've had more in the last, I would say, 48 hours.
yeah. Like we have right now. I was measuring outside right now because they said they were getting about 7 to 9 inches, and we're at like here like 12. The difference is it's like everything shut down there. They lost their power. People's pipes burst because like, and I was very confused about that because I was like, well, like, shouldn't those pipes, like our pipes don't just randomly burst when it gets cold out? But it's like, it's Texas. They're not used to this. They don't have the infrastructure to be this. So if you've seen like people's homes, like there are people skating in their houses because their pipes have burst and their house is now a skating rink.
Yeah, that's
I did see a really funny story of a woman who was from Canada, Hamilton. She lives in Texas now and said she hasn't seen any weather like this since living in Canada.
Right.
And she actually had skis with her and was cross-country skiing down the street. And she said the looks she was getting from like other people in Texas were like, what the hell? To people yelling out to her from the cars.
What are those things on your feet?
No, yelling out to her, are you Canadian?
Oh my, please help.
Like,
Is this the Canadian? The Canadian embassy has finally responded to our calls and they've sent backup.
And they're just like so desperate. And they're like, are you Canadian? Like I've seen videos of people being like, I think I know a Canadian, but like they don't. My sister's brother married a Canadian, but she's not in my state. Right. How do we get her here?
we need that help. And just to reiterate, like we know a lot of there's been a lot of not great news around this. This is the lighthearted side of that. And you know what? I commend the folks in Texas for being, taking it kind of on the chin with a grain of salt. That's a very Canadian approach, actually.
Exactly.
Maybe that's where it comes from. The cold weather forces you inward. It forces you to kind of like joke things off. And that's maybe why Canadians are hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Proof positive. But you're right. Like to be fair, it's not a place that is typically winterized, right? Like they don't have those practices that we have. We exist. That's every day. Like that's how we exist up here. So it makes sense that it's built into what we do and how we build, how things are structured, and I
saw a thing where someone's hot tub froze. And I was so confused.
That's gotta be bad when your hot tub frozen.
And I was like, how cold did it actually get? I'm like, was it that cold? Because like when I heard about everyone saying how cold it is, and I was like, okay, is it a relative thing though? Is it like actually that cold? Yeah, it was like negative 18 degrees Celsius. So like that's cold. That's very cold. I consider that very cold here. I hate it when it is that cold. It has been that cold. It's supposed to be that cold here tomorrow. Right? And like they all cranked their heat, which is why the rolling blackouts happen because no one, like I saw someone they were like, my heat's out. I don't have power, but luckily I have an all seasons tent, and they set it up in their living room. Yeah, just right. Like that's funny.
That is funny. Yeah. Can't wait till midweek, 60-degree Fahrenheit and sunny in North Carolina. Oh, that sounds heavenly.
Kim, quiet.
And to be fair, like we joke because like Canadians are hardy. We're used to that kind of cold, the frigid cold,
and all that snow for months.
But the reality is, like, it's not to say that we enjoy that existence. Like, we are hoping that this is our last winter in Canada.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to leave it behind. I used to ski. I found snow a lot more bearable. I'll tell you this. Sorry, I have like a million thoughts right now that I have to just organize. Like 420 said, I love snow. It's pretty. It's beautiful. It's especially bearable this year because of the fact that we're not traveling, we're working remotely, so I don't have to drive in it. I used to have to drive in it 2 hours, commute in it 2 hours each way. So 4 hours in blistering snow is brutal. Steph used to work a lot of evenings. She'd be driving home in the pitch black blizzard at like 10 o'clock at night. I would be here literally like trembling, waiting for her to come in, sick with worry, right? So there are things like that that are very not nice about the winter months. So but this, because of one of those like very few silver linings in the global situation we're in right now, that is that's actually really nice to be able to look outside, see it snow, and know I don't have to go out in this, right? I can enjoy it from inside, throw on a fire or whatever you've got, or like a TV with a fire on it, you know, and just get cozy. That's really cool. Craze the Craze, welcome. Hello, Craze the Craze.
Go back and catch up on some of the chat.
Hello, Craze the Craze, welcome. This is the BazNBigly morning show. If you're new to the stream, much appreciated.
Vegas said, I thought grits were girls raised in the South.
The South. I will take Vegas's word on that, being from the South. Our Southern correspondent.
Yes.
Vegas Gonzo, everybody.
Rankwiz talks about they don't winterize their pipes. No insulation. Yeah, exactly.
Like, why
right?
would they?
Yeah.
That's not, you know.
Sky, there's a 9-foot tall pile of snow in my building parking lot right now, plus another half a foot of snow on the ground. We got more snowfall last night up here in Owen Sound. It's snowing where we are right now as well.
Yeah, we always get more in this area too. So, yeah. Texans don't believe that anyone in the upper half of the United States gets snow.
And
fair.
Vegas,
gotcha.
No Rankwiz, no tip. We just run the water.
That is true. Like even up here, that is a Canadian standard. Like if you're going on vacation for a while, or if you're not a while, and I'm not a professional, so don't take my advice on this if something bad happens. But that said, if you just run the tap to like a drip, it keeps water moving through the pipe so it doesn't freeze. That's the idea. But if you're in like negative 40, I don't think that's going to help.
No.
I think that shit's going to freeze either way. But it is one of the tactics straight from Canada. There you go. That's valid.
I mean, New Yorkers
are still assholes. Hey, we have some great. There are great. That's but they say that about Toronto too. I say that about Toronto.
Yeah,
most of the time. There are a few good ones in there. You just gotta know how to dig for them.
Hold on.
Yeah, but it's really like I found snow and winter a lot more bearable when I was involved in snow sports. Right, when I was skiing. Or anything like that.
Caraxis is just cleaning the snow off his igloo, as us Canadians.
Yes, naturally. Go scrape off your igloo.
Kim, I'm not going to read your message again about your weather and your nice weather.
Yeah, once is enough.
Yeah, they follow different building code down there, and they're hurting for it. Yes, exactly.
Good point from 5Putt2, and I've thought about this a lot too. I think real winter helps us appreciate spring, and that is something I thought about. Like I feel like I will always need some kind of transition. When you look, I think about places like Los Angeles and places that just don't have any seasonality. It's warm and sunny throughout. I feel like I need some kind of distinction. I just don't need like negative 40 and 20 feet of snow.
I think some distinction is fine, but what I'll also tell you is that is such a Canadian view to be like, oh, but it makes us appreciate spring more. No, we're just telling ourselves that.
Yeah.
Because we need to tell ourselves that. Like, no, you need winter so you can appreciate spring. No. You know what it is? If we didn't have winter, then we wouldn't care. We just have nice weather.
Right.
Like, for instance, right now, Ireland considers February as starting of spring.
Yes.
Okay? They don't have, like, a harsh winter, right? But, like, they're not suddenly like, oh, I don't appreciate spring as much. No, they do. Because
but I see what the point is, which is, like, the distinction.
But that's what I mean, though. It's such a Canadian thing to do. Or I feel like it's such a very, like, place where there's lots of snow.
I might disagree with you on that. Like, you think about, like, if you didn't have winter, you wouldn't have that like, summer's coming excitement.
I lived in California for a year. I can promise you.
Okay, well, maybe you would. I feel like I would miss those like distinct transitions.
I came home.
Like, how much do you love fall?
You still can have fall.
Okay, but I think the point is like there's definitely a distinction there.
Yeah, but I mean like most places still have fall. Like there's not like no fall. Do you know what I mean?
Crazy. Yes, I do. I apologize for that. A lot of wonderful folks in the community that we're excited for. If you haven't been here in a while, then I may have slipped. I also don't know if this is the first time you've seen the morning show, but I apologize if you are more regular. I would like you to be even more regular. I'd like you to be here every day. Kim, snow can be fun. Ice, though, down here, definitely not, except for skating on.
Yeah.
Snowman, spring sucks because I melt and have to wait all summer for next winter to hope someone builds me again with a cannabis pipe. Amazing. We need an emote for Snowman alone. Your sister-in-law, Vegas, keeps moving back to Canada, and every winter she goes through depression.
Yeah,
that's
see?
true. That's true. Like winter gloom is very real.
I will say, typically people who live in like warmer climates or don't have that like really drastic shift in seasons, they don't have as much seasonal depression as well.
Yeah, I can see that too. See, I really don't know because when we move to Ireland, that will be the first time that I don't have like to contend with a really harsh winter.
Yeah.
Although they will say their winter is harsh right now.
Yeah.
And they have roughly 2 to 3 inches of snow.
Oh no, that was gone the next day.
And like all
Inches.
season.
They had like 2 centimeters. No, they had like an inch of snow.
Yeah. So
And
there you
then
go. So
it
I'm
was
looking forward to
gone the
that,
next
to the
day.
harsh Irish winter. Yeah. Yep. Don't really have 4 seasons in Georgia. Yeah. And that's the other thing too. Like, I can't believe that like just having nice warm weather all year long would be a bad thing.
No. I really look, I'll say this. When I was living in California, and I was in Northern California, in the winter it got cooler. There was more rainy, right? Because it's coastal. It didn't get cold by any means. I came home for 2 weeks at Christmas, and I immediately was like, I hate winter. I hate the snow. I hate the cold. I hate it.
Yeah.
And when I got back, and it was warm. I'm like, nope, don't need it. I don't miss it. I don't need it. So, I definitely know that I do not need winter. And if I need to see snow or need snow, then I will travel to it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true too. That's a good point. Actually, kind of speaks to what Vash mentioned. We need to keep winter in a museum so we can experience it on our own terms, right? If we were in a place where then you can travel to snowy climates, and the U.S. has this benefit as well. It's really easy to travel around the U.S. Like, it's very easy
Europe
to move
is
around
that
the
way
U.S.
too.
I mean, in normal times.
Normal times.
So you can easily like go to Colorado if you want to see the Rockies and ski and things like that.
Yeah.
If you're in, and you're right, I said LA earlier. I meant California, and I don't disagree with you, Vegas. I've been to LA. I've spent some time there, particularly for gaming related things. And yeah, I don't disagree. But I love California, especially Northern California. You can move around, and similarly in Europe you can do that, but like we can't really do that in Canada without dropping at least $1,300-$1,400. I won't go down that rabbit hole.
Oh, I was like, what's happening? Bless you. I'm like, he tapped me on the knee. I was like,
excuse me.
I don't know.
That was me
what's
being
happening.
like, over to you.
I know, I didn't know.
But instead you just watched.
I just watched you sneeze.
We're still working on our synergy.
Yeah.
Fall's beautiful there for the colors. Crazy. Snow here has been looking like it's finally all melting, and then suddenly it starts to snow again.
Yeah.
I know that pain too.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know it's the thing. It's how it is.
Winter and summer with 4 weeks of fall. I love the fall though. The fall
I do
is
too.
great. Fall is
got
like that
married
here
in the
too.
fall.
It's quick and it's too short and very
Yes.
sweet. Like, I love fall.
Yeah.
And I feel like we get it for maybe a week or two, and then it's like straight into.
Well, this is why we
cold.
love fall weather, that like mid-temperature range, and Ireland kind of has that mid-temperature range for most of the year. It doesn't get like humid. Like a high hot temperature in Ireland is like 22, and I'm like, that sounds great.
Perfect.
I don't need 30 degrees, 40 degrees. If I'm gonna get 30 or 40 degrees, then we'll go to Italy.
Yeah. Right on. East Coast love their snowmen as well. Very nice, very nice. I'm originally from the East Coast of Canada.
You sure are.
Canada. Y'all moving to Ireland? Yes, that's the game plan. We're hoping that this will be our last winter in Canada, so we'll keep you posted on that. And as we get closer to the process, we're gonna start vlogging that and
like,
sharing it as well.
Like we've talked about it a bit on here. We haven't fully like shared it everywhere yet. We have talked about it. Like some people we knew already. Some people didn't know or don't know yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they've been coming on here, they might have an idea about it. But yeah, so that's the plan. And don't worry, we'll still do this.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, our schedule here won't change. In fact, it'll be more available to us because we'll be doing morning streams in the evening streams in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
For our time, but the schedule won't change.
Yeah.
Trav, what the what? Yes, that's right, sir. You heard it here. So maybe we'll have to get some of that like fresh game that Trav hunts.
Captain, we've already decided we're just gonna bring you as like our pets kind of thing, like those crates.
Sure.
We've got your tags ready
Announced
to go.
Just now.
Yeah, got your tags ready.
That's right. We're going to the Shire.
Well, actually, the Shire is in New Zealand.
Yes. You're okay in Maryland, polyhedral? Don't want to go further south? Nice. Yeah, that is Baltimore, right? Yeah, Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore. No, Baltimore's in Maryland.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop now because I thought I had it and I don't. I hate vaccinations. No. But they're cheaper to get them at the vet and more accessible right now. So, yeah. We're still waiting on our vaccinations. Meanwhile, our dog is immune to COVID. So, yeah, she got her COVID vaccination. They all look the same. I am going to kick into my
you should
lighthearted news,
okay,
which is hoverboards are real, my friends. Yes, there is an individual named Frankie Zapata. You may have heard of him. A few years ago, he was testing like a functioning jetboard, a hoverboard, and he had crossed the English Channel. Recently, this kind of came up in the news again. It's not really new news, but it's cool anyway and lighthearted, so I wanted to share it. He flew on his invention, his jetpack hoverboard, from France, literally from France to England. If you're watching on the vodcast, you can see the video. He flew from France to England in 20 minutes on a hoverboard that he made. And it's like, this thing is legit. This looks like, at first I'm like, ooh, a hoverboard. And the first thing I think about is Back to the Future too. Yeah. But in reality, it's a lot more Green Goblin.
Yeah, it is way more Green Goblin
or Hobgoblin, Green Goblin than it is Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. What that means for the future of travel and more importantly, super villainry, I don't know, but this is friggin' cool. Now that's a hoverboard, not the weird shaftless segways that people call hoverboards. Oh yeah, absolutely. No, this is like jet powered and it's very compact, right? Because we've seen various iterations of this. I've seen versions that are like hydro jets where they can lift off a water body, but they need a pipeline down to the water, and it uses jet propulsion to lift you.
This is legitimately Green Goblin.
But this is, he flew across the English Channel,
guys. Why did he look
like
William Dafoe?
Why did he look like William Dafoe? Indeed. It's amazing. It's a Goblin glider. I was so pumped when I saw this. I was like, oh man, like, Musk can have Tesla, SpaceX, whatever else. Just give me one of these like Zapata brand hoverboards.
Iron Man suit guy. Oh yeah, the guy who like made the iron. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Inspire the Barks. Finally, I'll be able to do a kickflip. Yeah, you can get the air you need to do a kickflip.
Like, what?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Okay, but you know,
and of course, all his family and friends are on both sides. There was a huge gathering. It is pretty big news. People are saying that it's going to revolutionize travel. I don't know. I think we're a long ways away there. I think it's more important that we have like energy efficient vehicles and stuff like that. But this was like so compact. He's just wearing a flight suit, a helmet. He has a small like power pack on his back and a fairly bulky sized hover pack, like jet board, that is about this. It's about the size of a Segway bottom, but
is there weight limit? Can I sit
down? Question: will there be alcohol and food service on board? I don't know. I think we're a little way before this becomes a commuter standard, but I don't know. For me, like, it just dredged up all this nostalgia as a child, growing up in like the 80s and early 90s, where like this was pure fantasy and like just the coolest thing, like the only thing you ever really wanted to happen. That and a holodeck. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's hilarious. I think it means super villains are going to be real now.
Yeah. Let's
hope. Which means superheroes are real, and someone go find me a radioactive spider so I can be a Spider-Gwen. That's all I'm saying.
Sounds good. I think that's the next logical step. Okay, we got hover gliders now. How do we make radioactive, hyper-powered spiders. That's where science is going to go.
Is this the real? This is the real reason you're moving over there, right?
Yeah.
Tell us.
To get closer
Safe
to hoverboard technology. Exactly. Yeah.
No,
you got
it's
Called out.
to get a hoverboard and hide our true identities.
Yes. Yeah. It'll be Maz and Miggly. And it'll just be robbing banks and shit.
That was almost really. I almost spit my. I snorted.
It'd be worth it. It'd be worth it. I would replace the technology.
I definitely snoofed out my
If
nose.
I made you a spit take.
And then I almost spit out everything. And then the thing
it
is,
is I, Maz. Me, Miggly.
I almost spit it this way, and then I was like, nope. So then that's why I turned my head this way, and then I realized you're wearing a white shirt.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, spit towards the very high-end gaming PC
I was able to control
to
myself.
spare my $8 polo.
Maz.
We'll never reveal our true identities, but tune in to our stream.
What is this?
But our favorite streamers are. No, this is what I do with my hand. This is
badly
super
drawn
villain me.
mustaches. How about just this?
This is super villain me. This is what Maz does with their hands.
What is this? This is my mustache apparently.
That's your mustachio. Miggly's mustachio and Maz hands. I really like where this is going. Blevins, perfect timing. Welcome. Thank you for the like of the stream. Oh my God. Baz turns into a T-Rex. That's right. Mustache. Mustache, indeed.
It is. It's a mustache.
Oh my. Gonna get my kids into robotics and ATC after kindergarten.
Ooh.
That's a good call, I would say. I would be like, it's like the doctors, lawyers, engineers of the early 2020s. It's like
Jesus.
robotics, AI, automation. Forget it. Your kid's coming to be like, hey, I think I want to be a doctor, Mom, Dad. And you're like, are you crazy? No. You're going to AI school. You're going into robotics college. Clearly what I
air
studied.
traffic control.
Bradley Whiplash. Oh my God. That's my covert alter ego.
Covert.
AKA secret identity.
Yeah.
And air traffic control, yeah.
Oh
Isn't
my
that
God.
the truth? Excuse you, Bigley. I mean, Miggly.
These look like hooves.
Oh my God. My computer science program ignored your thesis proposal to study AI.
Rude.
That's all right, Dash. You join us. We'll make them all pay. Like part Conan O'Brien, part T-Rex.
Conan O'Brien?
Conan O'Brien.
How is that Conan O'Brien?
Because he always does stuff like this. I don't know. That's my Conan O'Brien impression. I'm also not a 7-foot tall ginger, so I'm already doomed. Anyway, we only have 2 news topics, so the rest of the news section is this. I hope that's okay. Actually, you did have a surprise drop, and Vegas threw me one.
No, it's not. It's to do with my direct.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
it goes along with that.
Well, I'm going to pocket
The cat
this.
just close the door.
I'm going to pocket this and bring up a couple of things
Dick.
because Vegas dropped me something today that Elon Musk was talking about Cyberpunk. And I thought, like, for 1 week, let's not have Cyberpunk news. But CDPR won't have it. They keep, like, showing up in places. But we're going to push that to next week, so I'm going to jump into that. But what it did make me think is, like, maybe we should open it to the community and say, like, hey, if you guys have news items that you want to discuss or want to showcase, drop into Discord. Let me get you this action right here.
He's going to get you this action.
I'm going to get you this action.
Also, our cat closed our door. What a dick. And now he's looking at the closed door, staring at it, going...
There we go. Jump on our Discord. Join us there. If there are things that come up and news topics that you want us to address on the show, I can't say we'll hit everything, but we'll definitely take a look at it. We'd love for you guys to contribute as well, and that just helps with the full circledness of things because we're all out there doing it every day, and you guys might see something that we don't, and lots of really interesting news. And Vegas, in all caps, will very aggressively always bring up Cyberpunk 2077. I see you. There you go.
If Bigley wants to troll me, he can just talk bad about
There
Cyberpunk.
you go. It's an olive branch. He's
I
equipping
won't.
you to
You know why I won't?
retaliate.
Because I'm a nice person.
It's so big heads. It's all about creating our own nerdy brain dance. Yeah, I like that. That's a
So I was thinking because you were doing a T-Rex thing before, my shirt has dinosaurs on it. I was like,
yeah, and
you
there's
should.
a T-Rex.
Yeah, there is. You should wear this shirt, but it'd probably only go up to your nipples.
Perfect. That's cyberpunk style right there.
Right? Look at it be like a cute
Where can I
little
find
nipple top.
where can I find good nipple length male
Put it
crop tops?
on.
Put it on. All right. That's a new segment we're introducing to the show where Steph and I just trade clothes live on the internet.
That's OnlyFans. No.
yeah. Subscribe to our OnlyFans. We did talk about that a couple of weeks ago.
Subscribe to our OnlyFans where we all that we do is trade clothes back and
Oh, yeah, that's it. We crack jokes and trade clothes back and forth. Still following the terms of service. That's right, as long as there's no nip slips. Yeah.
For who?
I don't know. I would say under the equality rules, neither of us can show nipples. But under Twitch rules, it's probably just girls, let's be honest.
Yeah, probably.
I wonder, actually, as a male, can you be topless on stream? I mean, people do workout streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Twitch TOS is weird like that. Top 1% cross-dressing and giving the news. Hey, there you go. It's a niche.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I don't know if that qualifies as cross-dressing, though. It's more like exchange dressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Before we get into trouble, I'm going to open it up to the community. So jump on Discord if you do want to share some news with us. We might even bring it up on the show, and of course, we'll give you some credit for it. So, man nipples are beautiful. I couldn't agree more. Vegas
depends on the man nipples.
It's true. All man nipples are beautiful in their own way. And there's that trouble line. So with that, let's get into great segue though. It's FSOTI, which stands for
Funny shit on the internet.
Funny shit on the internet.
FSOTI.
Yes, funny shit on the internet. I love that's me, by the way. That's me laughing in that overlay.
I can't hear it.
Can you not hear that coming through?
I cannot hear any of that. No.
I'll play it for you on loop like a million times.
I mean, I've heard
after
it.
the show. But first, you have to introduce our first FSOTI, Bigly.
Are you?
Tell us what we're doing. And then for FSOTI, what we're going to do, we're actually going to play the segments because they are pretty funny. We've pulled the audio, the video, and hopefully it will work.
Hopefully. I hope I can hear it too because I haven't been able to. Anyways, so there's this guy on TikTok named Snackswell, right?
Yep.
And he has a whole bunch of different things, but he started getting real popularity from doing basically just lip syncing to cooking videos. So you know how people post these cooking videos and they're very calm when they're talking. They're like, and now you're gonna slice the orange and peel the orange, and then once the orange is peeled, then you're gonna squeeze that juice, those videos, and then they have the video of what they're doing. So this guy has somehow managed to turn it all into, he looks like he's a psychopath when he is doing these lip syncs, and he lip syncs it so well, and they're hilarious. The way he does it, and he has this look in his eyes, and he really overdoes it. So we're gonna show you some clips of this guy doing these lip syncing to these food videos, and just it's obviously not how the person who made the original videos intended for them to be done, excuse me, but it's what's happening.
Yes.
So
right.
that's over to you.
Here is Snackswell. Let's pause the background music.
Yeah.
All right. TikTok stars this week. Here's Snackswell.
Avocado toast with a side of orange juice is one of my favorite flavor combinations. I start with sourdough toast, and using a fork, I mash on ripe avocado. I finish with a squeeze of lemon juice and a sprinkle of everything but the bagel seasoning.
It's like
I cut the toast in half
awkward.
It's so
On the
hilariously
diagonal.
awkward. He just
and serve it with sweet, organic orange juice.
overdoes it so
Also,
much.
like,
It's great.
Rice
Who's-
paper,
Oh wait, that's my favorite one.
mashed potato, mac and cheese, fried chicken, French fries, gravy. Now Auntie Lisa's doing a good job. You did a good job, Auntie Lisa.
Another toast two
Oh,
ways.
it's turned on right now.
I start by adding creamy
ASMR,
peanut
dude.
butter and thinly slicing an apple using
That's
a
so
mandolin.
good though.
I layer the apple on top of the peanut butter and dash ground cinnamon to finish the sweet toast. Next, I cut into a ripe avocado, slice it up, and add the avocado to the other slice of toast. I like to add a little lemon juice and everything but the bagel seasoning to finish the savory toast. I cut each piece of toast in half on the diagonal and enjoy.
I feel
Even my cats
even
are all
cats
like,
are
"What
what
the
the fuck? I know. Thank you for the weekly TikTok star. That's kind of where it's going. It's becoming like TikTok stars. There's so much like hilarious shit on there. But also, like, who is the person who actually does the recipes? Like,
Well,
what is
it's-
that? What kind of VO is that? It's
It's-
very like,
And then
I'm not sure how I feel. Maybe a little
I
violated.
cut the apple. It's funny. It's true
Yeah.
because like the way she says it, and it works. His facial expressions work so well. It's like not how she's doing it clearly, but it works so well because she
Yeah.
does sound a little bit crazy.
Like, yeah.
He posted one where he was like, this is my last one. I feel like I'm bullying this woman.
And that's the other thing that I said to you. I was like, I wonder, like, who's bigger, him for duetting it in a hilarious way, or the person who actually made the
Well,
recipes?
it's
Most
interesting.
likely him.
Most likely him. The other thing though is people will can click because on her original video.
Yeah, at least
right
he's,
for
he's
that.
giving credit.
And here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
If you post a TikTok, you have the option to turn off the like
The
duet,
yeah,
option. So like, here's the thing: if you
So you gotta
post
just lift your
something,
content.
like obviously she might be like, "Oops, someone will duet me," and someone
Like,
will duet
react
me
to it.
and react to
Yeah.
it or make it also and that sort of thing. But like, you also have to be aware if you open up to duet, people can take
you
your
open up
stuff
to you open up to the internet.
anywhere, right? Like
yeah.
some of my stuff I've opened up to duet and some of my stuff I have not, but I'm also very aware of it.
Right.
So like, she opened it up to duet, he took it, and it's hilarious what he's done with it.
And it's the internet, man. You never know where that's gonna go, right? You
Yeah.
never know where that's gonna go.
He's started doing voiceover ones now on like women who have like found out their husbands have been cheating on them by like finding
Yeah.
something. Like one woman found
Whether
like,
or not that's
True.
true,
It's
it's
funny,
almost
though.
like parody. Like,
yeah, it's like parody. So like there's women cooking, but like she's like they like find something. She's like, I don't wear fake eyelashes, and I found this fake eyelash, and like makes her husband a sandwich and puts the fake eyelash in it. But then he voices
Gross.
voices it over and
yeah.
like does the same like.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really kind of carved a niche out there doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like I love it. I think it's hilarious. As a content creator, I wonder though, it's like, what does it feel like when somebody like lifts your content, parodies it in some way, and gets like way bigger than the original content you created?
Well-
That's tricky. Like, I don't want to.
But
crap all
parody's
over it
been
because
around
it's-
for
Yeah,
years
that's
and
true.
years
That's
and
true.
years,
But
right?
I guess
People
it's the way
parody
it is.
things.
What I can say is like he is doing his best to showcase. Yeah, but I mean, like, Weird Al's not taking anything from Lucas by parodying like Skywalker.
That's
the
true.
Skywalker saga,
Like he's
right?
taking already famous
and
things.
and they're like they're not hurting. They're not like, whoa, Weird Al's like stealing my spotlight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Small creators though, it's very tooth and nail, especially now when everyone is a creator, everyone is a streamer. I always say, like, if you're new to this, the first thing you need to learn is you don't promote your shit in someone else's stream. You don't lift someone else's content without giving credit. And if you're going to pull influence or reference from another creator, give them credit, because
Well, that's the thing, though. You get
content creators put like a lot of work, time, and effort into what they create, right?
Well,
like
the
what
good
you
thing
see
is with
around
those
here,
duets-
what you see around here is like the product of 5+ years of hard work, toil, and effort. And when somebody like kind of endeavors to just steal that shit, like, it makes me sick to my stomach. Now that's extreme. This is like, in this case, he may be responsible for those videos being way bigger than they ever could have on their own, right? And he's doing the right thing of giving them credit and showcasing them and saying, like, this is who it is. So I can't drop my OnlyFans link here. No. So many no's. So much no.
But like
on
you can
that.
send that privately to us.
Yeah. I find myself constantly telling myself, don't steal that. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's one thing to like draw some inspiration. We all draw from inspiration, but there's a fine line between like copy paste.
Okay.
And I did this, and saying like, hey, like, grab this, big shout out to so-and-so streamer, go check them out, right? Like, we do that in the art community is particularly susceptible to that, because we see art all the time from other places. The only industry that's really servicing that right now is music.
Yeah. Well, look, I'll say at least on TikTok, whenever you duet, it tags the original video in the
So at least
comments.
they've
Not in the
covered that.
comments, just like literally in your description. It's right there.
Yeah, that's good.
So like you can click from there. And I've done it lots of times when I've seen people duet things. I've clicked on the original one many, many, many times.
Yeah.
Same with if you pull a sound and you use a sound from someone else, right? Because there's so many people who use sounds over and over again. It tells you who the original sound is too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I totally get what you're saying. Like I've seen lots of Instagram people, especially for travel people, because I follow mostly travel people on Instagram, and because that's like what my Instagram mostly is. Or now I guess technically it's ours. It is a BazNBigly Instagram account now. But the difference is like I will literally see people copy the picture. Like today, there's a travel couple I follow, and they have like over 1 million followers, and they're really great. They're from Portugal, and they not augment, but they edit their photos, right?
Yeah.
They'll use Photoshop, so they've like put stuff underneath them and edited the thing underneath, so it looks like they're floating and stuff. Like really cool,
right.
like really creative things like that.
Yep.
Literally today, I saw another couple from Portugal, also a travel couple, who have like 4,000 something followers.
Yeah.
It's the exact same picture.
Yeah, and it's just,
and they
it's
even did like
gut-wrenching,
the
right? Like,
before
there's-
and after. Like, here's what we did,
Yeah.
and it was the whole like getting on a box and editing the box out. And I was like, part of me was like, I want to send this to the actual other people, because I've been following the other people for such a long time, and I was like, that's so shitty, because like you just copied their idea. It's different if you're like, oh, that's a cool idea, to be like, let's stand on something and edit it out.
Yeah.
But it was the same pose, like kind of the same location. Obviously they weren't in the same country location, hotel, but they were both taken on a bed. It was like the girl and guy were both in the exact same position. I'm like, no, that is copying.
Now it's starting to sound like OnlyFans. But yeah.
No,
yeah,
but you know
you're
what
right.
I mean though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They are the like, stop
Bigley
pitching your
won't like
OnlyFans
them.
rank with.
He says he doesn't, but
Don't
he
be
does.
shy, Kyraxis. Yeah, Kyraxis has absurdly large, hairy feet.
No. I think he's talking. Brankwitz is
I know.
talking about himself.
Oh, Kyraxis knows.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, it was
it's okay.
difficult for me to keep up with all the innuendo. I'll do better. I promise.
We should.
There is, and like to keep it light though. I mean, that's the thing. It's about respect, especially those like who are smaller creators. We have to have that solidarity with each other, not cannibalize each other, lift each other up, support each other. Absolutely. There are a lot of really great ways to do that. And I've always said too, if you're trying to break in as content creator or streamer, whatever it is, You can only be the best version of you. Do you, be original, think of something that works for you. If you're copying someone else, you will always only ever be second to that individual, because you can't be a better version of someone else than they are of themselves. Likewise, no one can be a better version of you than you are. So lean into the things that make you special, find your own way, create your own stuff, draw influence, absolutely, but give credit to the people who helped you along the way. That's the only way we're going to inspire each other as a community to continue to offer that help. If people keep reaching out and helping one another and getting burned for it, it's going to stop, and that's going to be a really sad fandom to be a part of. I'll be honest, as a creator, like, it's happened to me a lot more than I have than I prefer to admit, to be honest with you. And when I talk about it, I try not to sound jaded by it, but it hurts. Like, it makes me sick to my stomach when you know that something that you put work and love into was just basically lifted, repackaged under someone else's name and branded. It's really shitty. Now, that said, everybody has $1 million ideas all the time. There's a very good chance if you have a really great idea that somebody else just genuinely came up with that idea on their own. But you know the difference between people who consume your content, who are part of your, stuff, and they're watching you all the time, and then they start doing those things.
Oh, and there's a difference between like looking up to someone and like
and ripping them off
and emulating them.
And we all know the
energy.
difference.
Yeah,
we all know the difference,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, I'm endlessly flattered when our community come to us with questions. We always want to be helpful, and we'll continue to do that. That's not what I'm talking about.
No.
I'm talking about like the odd case where stuff has just been like purely ripped off, essentially. And yeah. Anyway, that's it. We'll keep it positive and light. It is funny shit on the internet. Anyway, I am digressing a little bit, but that's an important topic too. So, we are looking at so Snackswell from TikTok, and I do like that you've kind of like, it's become like a TikTok highlight of the week type thing too, and that works as well. And there's tons of BazNBigly show.
There goes my
No. My puns might be clever marketing ideas and slogans. I wish I had gone to school for marketing. You don't need to. If you got it, you can just do it. Kim, honestly, like, you can do that. And if you have a gift for writing that, then there's nothing stopping you. School is not in your way for that. Absolutely. Just do it up. Yeah, I think, but I love that. Let's keep going with the TikTok stuff. TikTok is a treasure trove of hilarious
There is
shit.
so much stuff on it.
And it's so
funny.
bite-sized. Isn't this funny, too? This is a little bit of a digression, but when you have, like, small snack-sized content, 30-second or 60-second format, I find I'm way more inclined to scroll through an hour's worth of 60-second content, but I will never watch an hour-long video on YouTube. Isn't that weird?
No, yeah, it's true.
Right?
The longest video I watch on YouTube is like 30 minutes.
Well, yeah, and even then there has to be a very specific need in that video for me. Like, I'm watching Call of Duty tell me how to do things, right? I need to, if I'm going to watch a 30-minute video on YouTube, there has to be a very specific learning outcome. Otherwise, and most people statistically drop off a video at the 1.5 to 2 minute mark. Yeah. In fact, most people will see like a 5-minute plus timestamp on a video and just take a pass entirely. Yeah. Texas accent, howdy. That's right. Critical Role 4+ hours. Yeah, exactly. That's different, right? That's an entertainment medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an entertainment medium. It's not like, there's lots of, like Rhett and Link you watch, right? Yeah. How long is the average Good Mythical Morning?
17 to 20 minutes.
Taught them everything they know, by the way.
Try Guys.
17 minutes. Try Guys. Yeah. Also a prodigy of ours.
A little longer as well. Actually,
we're coming out with a new show next week. It's called Try It Dudes. And it's totally fresh, new concept. Try Guys, right? Those are entertainment mediums. That to me is just like watching any half-hour show. But like, your top tips on like Valheim builds, which we're going to get into in a minute. Not top tips, but we are talking about Valheim today. I can't sit and watch that for like 20 minutes. No. I need to know those top tips. 10 tips. It should take you like maybe 2 minutes to give me 10 tips that I could just take and go. Yeah. Good Mythical Morning is such an awesome program. Yeah, we're big fans. I love Rhett and Link are just great dudes.
I usually watch it.
Yeah, I highly endorse them.
It's very funny.
Yeah, and they seek my endorsement. So there you go, guys. You have it. You're welcome. The other, digressing a little bit too, the Irish Try channel. Why don't we think about these things when we're trying to come up with our funny shit on the internet for the week?
Never mind. Next
the
week.
Irish Try, the Try channel, which is hilarious too. Plus Irish, so what's not to love?
Yeah.
Welcome, Seth. By the way, welcome in. Good to see you. Why am I on page 4,000 of PH? What's PH? ICPH, I think, Player's Handbook, and it's now a D&D reference, which I don't think
Talk
you're
about
making.
TikTok.
Oh, yeah. The constant, endless, vacuous cycle of TikTok. I have an idea for a ramen noodle delivery service called Send Nudes. That's great, Kim.
That's really
That's amazing.
funny.
And now it's on record. That's Kim's idea. Nobody touch it, or we'll come after you with the positivity mob.
Yeah.
And we'll shame you with good vibes. Yeah. Nice. Moving on with funny shit on the internet, because now it's my turn.
Or
now I
old shit.
What's that?
Old shit on the internet.
It's still funny
It's
shit.
still funny.
So yeah, we realized that this doesn't have to be like stuff that just came out this week. It's just stuff that we found funny. And this one I keep going back to. You know, every now and then you have those videos that come up on your feed, and every time it comes around, you're going to watch it. You know you're going to watch it. So this is one of those ones for me. It's from a group called BLP, or Bad Lip Reading. You might be familiar with them. They have a ton of great content, but this is one of my favorites right here.
It's true, though. Whenever this comes on, like if it comes up on our feed,
I have to watch it through.
Oh, the music's still playing.
It is, and this is not.
That's not.
Why are you like this?
Well,
hold on a second.
And now everyone knows what it is.
I'll just narrate it to you.
Okay. I can do Yoda.
Actually, the reason is because I screwed up the video for this. I originally transcoded the video without audio.
Oh, no.
And I know why this is happening.
Vegas, that's one of my favorite videos of all time. He loves it, too. I do, too. I just thought it was funny because we did realize when Brad's like, I'm going to do this one. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, but it's old. He's like, yeah, but it's just funny shit on the internet. I was like, that is true.
That is true.
It is just funny shit on the idiot. On the idiot. Funny shit on the idiot.
Funny shit
we'll
on
be
the idiot.
talking about Brad's hair next week. I don't think you heard. I don't think you got it.
No, because I'm struggling with
That's
technology
good.
now, which is
That's
always a
good.
time.
That's okay.
Why is this happening?
I walked around my
I know
house
why.
singing that for months.
Sorry, give me a second, gang. We're going to just fix this
He's
real
going to
quick.
fix it. Yeah, every now and then Brad and I will break it out. Just put on closed captioning. I don't think that has the same feeling.
It was muted.
Yeah.
Grip.
Critical Role's episode last night was so good. Lots of people haven't seen that yet, so no spoilers
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
we
that's
are
what we're still
really
working on
far
it, too.
behind.
All right, here we go.
Penny for your thoughts.
I hate Brenda, and a bad guy hit me in the shin, and I peed all on my pants.
It's nothing a little music can't help. Rockin', rockin' and rollin'. Down to the beach I'm strolling. But the seagulls poke at my head, not fun. I said, seagulls, stop it now.
Has anyone not seen this? Is this the first time seeing this for anyone? I want to know.
You haven't watched it in forever, Basher? Yeah.
Everyone told me not to stroll on that beach. Said seagulls gonna come. Put me in a
Big party
coconut.
singing.
And they did. And they
They did.
And me going like,
I love it. And I can watch this stuff all day.
Yeah. This is going to be stuck in my head now all day again.
When I tried to run, I fell, and then these kids started laughing. And then
Usually,
got hit in the neck
we
with a
usually
hacky sack.
sing the backpack part together often.
Yes.
Where'd it come from?
We'll let you guys enjoy this.
Now run, run, run.
It's my
I
favorite
can be a
part.
backpack while you run, 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 jump and stop. Put me down. I love to groove and move it. Yeah.
Great.
Show you some dance moves.
No, I don't want you to.
If I had your giant feet out there on the beach, could have outrun those birds.
You're a psycho wiener.
Let me grab my beater.
Stop it, please.
Poor Archie.
Please. Don't hit
the time is right, birds will back your face. Now run, 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 jump. I can be your backpack while you run. Swing from a hairy vine. I can be your backpack while you climb. Stand on one hand and lift.
It's
Rocks
still
with your
always
special
funny.
gift.
It's never not
Run,
funny,
run,
this
run,
video.
jump, now breathe. That's good. Like that. Like that.
I'm gonna do for you.
One day I was walking.
That's my favorite
found
part.
this big log. Then I rolled the log over. Underneath was a tiny little stick. And I was like, that log had a child.
Just timed perfectly with
Listen,
Luke's
boy,
reaction.
Yeah.
someday when you are older, you could get hit by a boulder. While you're lying there screaming, come help me, please. The seagulls poke your knees. Stop it now.
That seagull sounds in the
Yeah,
background
this
too.
is good.
Yeah, whatever. You're sort of pitchy.
Didn't like it?
Listen, man, I'm not your friend.
Don't fall asleep.
That log had a child. Yeah.
I love it, man. It's so good. And they're like, I could literally just scroll through all their videos all day.
I often,
perfection.
well, like, so a lot of times when we're on holidays, and then I'll be like, run, 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 and jump. I can be your backpack while you run.
yeah. It's great, man. So good. So, Steph, that was your first time seeing that? That's awesome. If we can introduce
Wow,
one
oh my
person to it for the
gosh,
first
yeah.
time.
As you
mission
can see why you
accomplished.
can't do it with
Look at the child.
subtitles.
Yeah, I love it. I was glad I was able to get that working. Sorry about the technical snafu.
It is so funny though.
Yeah, they're amazing. And their stuff is just hilarious.
Yeah,
so
they
Bad
have-
Lip Reading, check them out.
They have some really good ones for like the not song ones, but just funny lip reading ones. Like the Twilight ones are really funny.
Yes, the Twilight, even the football ones, like the NFL ones.
The NFL ones are really, really
fantastic.
good. There's debate ones too,
Yeah.
from like the presidential debate ones.
Yeah.
Those are really good too.
Yeah, amazing. Gonna have that stuck in your head. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's not a bad one though. It could be a Backstreet Boys song.
When Aaron would be going to sleep, I would say that every night.
Don't fall asleep. Oh, that's good.
Careful, watch
That's
your
good
coffee. Almost spilled
parenting
it.
101 right there.
The
That's
bottom of my
solid parenting.
coffee tastes like soap. Does yours?
No.
No?
No, it
Oh.
doesn't. I follow cuties. Oh, thank you very much. I follow cuties. Well, hopefully we qualify. I guess that means we do. Thank you very much. And we have a long-standing tradition here on the BazNBigly show where every follower gets a song. So let us cue you up a sweet vibe this Friday morning. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
Don't follow me unless I'm a cutie. Bigly is cute, you see from me, yeah. But also I follow cuties has validated you and me on Friday morning show. Now you know you're part of the big league. I follow cuties, welcome. And thank you for the follow. You're part of an amazing group of tabletop gaming, video gaming enthusiasts, aficionados, gurus, and most importantly, the best damn community the world over, made better by your presence here. Thank you for following and welcome to the show. I follow cuties.
Yeah.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah. Almost spilled a drop. I know. I noticed it. I was getting anxious.
And
about
the
it.
big
Don't
heart
worry. So
emoji,
was I. I know that
too.
emoji's so cute. I
Very nice.
saw him almost spilling it. Also, Kim.
The
so
coffee.
I was a
Thanks for the
little.
call.
I
You
was
guys
like,
are looking out.
"Nah."
You guys are looking out for me. The Bernie Sanders sea shanty,
Oh
no.
my gosh, that's funny.
We'll definitely
Check
put
that
a
out.
pin in that maybe for next week.
Yeah. That was amazing.
I followed when y'all are offline. Vegas Gonzo. Have I?
No, you sang him a song.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
did I not sing you a song, Vegas? Are you just trying to like score a free sweet tune from your dude?
Because we always sing, even if you
Baz.
follow us when we're off, you're offline. Brad still sings, but you got to catch the stream after you follow.
Sometimes. Okay, Vegas. I accept.
Uh oh.
Fresh beat for Vegas.
Vegas wants some bromance songs.
Vegas Gonzo rocking in solo. Warzone dubs up on the QT. We got ready to go. And I'm here for you watching your six, bro. That's right, Vegas Gonzo. Welcome to the show. You're part of an amazing group of tabletop gaming, video gaming enthusiasts, aficionados, and gurus. Most importantly, the best community the world over, made better by your presence here, and it has been.
Yeah.
So thank you. You're part of the amazing BazNBigly Big Leagues community, as you have been for a long time. I hope you feel validated now. You owe me a dub in Warzone. There you go.
I followed before the show existed. It's true, because Rankquest followed when we were still just streaming our original.
Rankquest, you better say yes when Rankquest is in the house. You say, hey now, I've been following for a long time, so don't you guilt me, bro. There you go, Rankquest. There's a song for you, too.
It said save my song.
For being a long time.
I want live and unplugged.
Live and unplugged. Wow. Demanding chat this morning.
All right, I think that's fair. We'll make sure
there
you
you
get
go.
that.
Hugs all around. Much love. That's how we do. That was amazing. I'm on Cuties. Well, thank you. You're amazing. And we're glad you found us here. Thank you very much. Remember your song, Steph? Good. Did Gina get a song? That's it for today.
Gina sings the songs.
Gina sings the songs. We did one hot musical stream one time. Remember we did we did a full set. It was an hour long. We played into the music channel.
Yeah.
And we were thinking about doing that at the time. We didn't, because the setup is like enormous. You really, if you're going to be a musician streamer, you kind of have to do that. Like that has to be the thing you do, because it took us like an hour and a half to set up and another hour to break down. But yeah, maybe in the future we could do some light acoustic stuff. Maybe.
Yeah.
We shall see. I want to quick minute what Steph mentioned. That's my name is Speth in chat. The Bernie Sanders sea shanty. I want to reiterate what we mentioned earlier before, guys. If you have things that you want us to talk about on the news, on the morning show, ideas, funny things you want to put in front of us, jump on Discord, ! Discord in chat for the info, and drop it in Discord, because we'd love to grab it and bring up some things from the community too. I think that'd be a really nice touch. Yeah. I'll bank it, Steph.
Gina reminds me of a DJT troll. I don't know what that is.
A DJT. Oh, BazNBigly.
Yeah. But I don't know
reminds me of a DJT troll. It kind of is.
What is DJ?
It's that actor from Home Alone.
Huh.
Yeah. It kind of is. It kind of is.
It is a troll
that's how
on that.
it started.
That is exactly what it is.
Hi, Erendur. You say it.
BazNBigly.
No, I meant Erendur.
Oh, Erendur.
But also that. There you go. It's true. Do you want to give them a quick origin story on where Gina got her name and who BazNBigly is?
Well, BazNBigly is one of my D&D characters from our homebrew
Yet another
game.
Thirsty Bard.
Yeah, Thirsty Bard.
She's special.
No, she's great. But her name, it did come from a Donald Trump troll, kind of, because he always said things were bigly.
Gina.
And he called China Gina. And
Gina,
I just thought it was a
Bigly.
hilarious name combined together. So, yep, full on. BazNBigly.
Yep.
It's Gina.
Gina.
Chyna. Gina.
Gina. And she's a hilarious character in a...
she does not talk like that, though.
In a D&D game that we will hopefully get back sooner than later. That was our home game.
Yeah.
Rankquest is actually part of that game. And that was our home game here. I love it thoroughly. I think we all do. We're really eager to get back to it. Hopefully sooner than later, friends. And on that note, speaking of D&D, I think that's a great segue for a little segment we call Nerdity Warning.
Get those nerds! Nerds!
I don't like when you do that. I'll be sure to stop then. Ow, you hit me on the internet.
I hit you with my rings that you gave me.
Freaking savage. All right, savage Steffers.
Yes.
Why don't you launch us into Nerdity Warning with all things and everything good about Nintendo Direct this week?
Yes. So, that's not Nintendo Direct. That's
Just
Luke
kidding.
again.
Reading again. Here you go. And go.
So, this past Wednesday, there was the Nintendo Direct. Now, people were waiting for this since last year, because we haven't heard anything since September of 2019, actually. and it was postponed. So people were expecting some big news, I guess, about I don't know, Zelda and lots of other things.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing. You were in and out. I watched the whole thing, and honestly, I thought it was a little lackluster. Nothing super exciting to me. Some games that were just in Japan that are being launched now for English and dubbed and that sort of thing. So I mean, that's cool, and I'm sure if you're fans of those games, but they're pretty niche games. They're pretty niche games though.
Yeah.
So, and then they did a full trailer release for Super Smash, but again, that was something we already knew was happening with the extra new characters in it, which is funny. They're just showing that right now. I think the biggest one people might be excited for was Mario Golf was announced. It looks very cute. I remember playing Mario Golf on some of my other consoles. It's super fun. I'm sure that'll be a fun game, but like nothing. It wasn't like super crazy to me. It looked fun. Don't get me wrong. Fall Guys is coming out as well exclusively for Switch.
It's not exclusive.
Oh, it's not.
But it's now finally coming.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause it's been on PlayStation for a while.
Okay. Yeah. And just I think we all know we were all waiting for some Zelda news. And they kind of did a thing where like the creator came on. He's like, "You're probably expecting some news from me. I don't have any." And like,
that
it
was
was
kind of like,
really like,
I know it's like
screw
hype,
you.
hype.
Right?
Unfortunately, it's like, here comes the butt.
So he full on basically, you know how like also like usually your last announcement's your biggest announcement, and they did like Splatoon, and I was like, honestly don't know anyone who's like ever been like, yeah, oh my God, I love this game so much.
This is the first I'd heard about it.
Right? It's those annoying characters in Mario Kart, the little long-eared ones. They're from that game.
That's the Squid Kids.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So just a little like overall not super exciting. And then the Zelda announcement, I wasn't like expecting anything big about Breath of the Wild 2. And they full on were like, we don't have any new information for you. Captain, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. They did announce, yes, that Zelda Skyward Sword is being remastered for the Switch. Here's the thing, though. As a large Zelda fan, and as mostly what I've seen from other really big Zelda fans, that's not the game we wanted.
Yeah.
That's not the game we were looking for. Now, I know that it's the 10th anniversary of Skyward Sword. So a lot of people are saying, like, that's why they did it, because it's the 10th anniversary. But, like, I saw it with Skyward Sword, and my heart was like, eh.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really care. That's not one of the big Zelda games. That's not one of the big three that people think about. It was a really disappointing announcement. Now, mostly what I've read online is, people were not happy with that. People were unimpressed that it was Skyward Sword. People are like, yeah, I'll play it. And the Joy-Cons look super cool. They announced they're doing like Zelda Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
But it wasn't amazing. And especially because this year is Zelda's 35th anniversary. Last year or 2 years ago was Mario's 35th anniversary. And they did a huge thing for it where they did like the Mario basically like super pack.
Right.
And they released a couple of old games remastered for it. So people were kind of expecting that kind of thing. Now, to be fair, the Zelda 35th anniversary is actually this Sunday on February 21st.
Yeah.
So I was looking up a little bit more this morning, and there's a guy named Andy Robertson. He works for a gaming magazine company in England. Hold on, I think I have it here.
Why are you looking that up? But yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Is like, are they intentionally pulling punches because we should rightfully be expecting some kind of beefy announcement for The Legend of Zelda's 35th.
Yeah, so he works for VGC News,
Mm-hmm.
which is I don't know if you know them. Video Game Chronicle.
something?
Video Game
Video Game
Chronicle
Chronicles, okay,
in
gotcha.
England. Now,
No, I don't.
he was the one who initially announced that the Mario games were going to be coming out as a big release, and he was right, and he did it before any of that was announced.
Right.
So he tweeted out, just yesterday saying, I know everyone's disappointed, but don't worry. Twilight Princess and hold on, what was the other one? It's not Ocarina. Don't get your
Mask?
hopes up.
No?
Nope, not Mask. Oh my God, the Windwalker.
Well, Windwalker.
Okay,
Gotcha.
are coming remastered. So
Is it Wind Waker?
Wind Waker.
Yeah,
Wind Waker.
Gotcha.
I was never a fan of that one. I didn't
Right.
like the art style in that
Clearly.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's most of the book. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So basically, if that's true, I think that'll make a lot of people happier. I still think like everyone, I know a lot of people who loved Wind Waker though. It is a very popular one.
Yeah, that was
like-
the one that launched with. Does that launch with
Wii U.
With Wii U. It was Wii U. Okay, gotcha. And Skyward Sword was also
Oh,
Wii U.
so
wasn't it?
Wii U.
Gotcha, okay.
And originally Twilight Princess was the Wii.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's okay. Right.
So basically people are saying like he is a good source. He is a really good source because he was the one who announced the Mario stuff originally ahead of time before it was officially announced. So him saying that like, yeah, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are coming. People are pretty like, this better be true kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this Sunday when the actual anniversary date is, that they're going to make a new announcement specifically just for Zelda. And I think them maybe initially leaving it lackluster on Wednesday was because they have something big happening on Sunday.
Right.
That's my hope, is like they left everyone feeling really shitty on Wednesday. Like all Zelda fans
And I
were
don't
like,
think they intentionally did that.
No,
I
no,
just
no.
think they're like, we only have so many announcements. That makes sense to me. Like,
no,
they
but
would
you know
have
what
to
I mean
throw,
though? They can't like, they threw out something on
They'd
Wednesday.
have to throw something out on
and
Wednesday.
we're like, here you go, Skyward Sword. And people are like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll play it.
And they're not going to blow the whole shop
Right?
before
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
35th anniversary.
They're like,
announcement.
oh yeah, I'll definitely play it.
Yeah.
But then on Sunday, on the actual anniversary date, they announced the biggins. They announced like that Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. And that's the thing, right? I wasn't a huge fan of Wind Waker. The art style was not for me. It looked too kiddish. I'm not a huge fan of like that like really like kid looking animation
Right.
for a video
It's just
game.
the
Just
style, yeah.
just my preference.
Yeah.
But I know it's very popular. And I know lots of people love that game. Yeah. Captain Sane. He loved that game.
Yeah.
I know lots
a
of
lot
people.
of fans, though, yeah.
Yes,
And-
tons of
and
fans.
to be fair, like you
And-
said, we haven't played it. so
Exactly.
it's not a comment on the game.
No.
It's just the art style.
But like
can appreciate
Wind Waker and Twilight Princess coming is way more exciting
Yeah.
than Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye out on Sunday. We'll see if there's anything. We're gonna follow it along and see if anything gets released or anyone says anything or anything comes about. I'll be interested. A lot of people are saying also, like, why aren't they doing Ocarina if they aren't? Because
it's
here's the
interesting.
thing:
A lot of fans are calling for it.
and the last time it was done was on a handheld.
Yeah, right.
So people are saying like, you can't keep that game on a handheld. That'd be such a shame to keep Ocarina of Time.
It's right for a remaster too. If
Yeah,
we're gonna do it, if we're gonna
and
go
a
down
lot
that
of people
path.
were calling for like the big three, and the big three they were calling for were Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Ocarina, saying like you can kind of skip Majora's Mask because like you don't.
Yeah.
It's a good game, but like a lot of people hate that game,
Right.
because it's frustrating. But like if those three games, like those big three, got released as like a bundle,
Yeah,
right?
Which would follow suit with what they did for the Mario anniversary.
yes, exactly.
Which was last year, I think.
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Look,
That might be
keep
neat.
your eyes out on Wednesday to see, on Sunday this
Yeah.
week to see if there's anything in 2 days that they're going to release. I honestly, if it's not Ocarina, if they do Twilight Princess, I will be so happy. Twilight Princess is like my next favorite Zelda game after Ocarina. So I'd be stoked. I would play the hell out of that game again.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I want those Joy-Cons because I think they're pretty.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I was saying. I mean, like when your long-awaited grand reveal presentation is essentially like anchored around accessories, another
Yes.
$80 accessory that people can use to now play the games they want to play.
Yeah.
That is a little bit telling. But I'll give them a certain amount of slack. You know, like the last year hit everybody, particularly in the game development industry, differently, right? So I get that they, you know, there are probably going to be some delays around that kind of process.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure they wanted something a little bit more. I think you're right, though. I think we reserve until Sunday to see what they say.
Yes.
And then we almost have to look at them both side by side. Because you're right, they can't blow everything on Wednesday's Direct, knowing that there's going to be high expectations for announcements on Sunday that are Zelda specific, right? Really quickly, jump on Discord. We're going to continue to talk about this and follow the topic on Discord and share via Twitter as well. So we look forward to hearing what your impressions are from the Zelda 35th anniversary announcement coming on Sunday.
Yeah, Arender, they're releasing the Zelda Joy-Cons.
The
one's
Hylian
like the
shield.
mask. Yeah, it's the Master Sword and the Hylian shield.
Yeah, which is so cool.
They're really pretty looking.
Really
they
cool.
are really pretty. They're like blue, and they have like all the gold designs on them and everything in the Triforce, and so they're really, really pretty. Don't get me wrong, but I'm hoping that they undersold the Zelda stuff on Wednesday purposely.
I feel like that is what they had to do.
Because it has to be a big announcement on Sunday. And if there isn't, then people are gonna be pissed.
I still don't think we're gonna get a Breath of the Wild 2 release date.
No, we're not. We're absolutely not. They wouldn't have,
I mean, everybody learned from CDPR
look,
that's a bad
they
idea.
wouldn't have come on Wednesday and said,
we
they
don't know
already
yet.
said later in the year. That's not going to be Sunday.
We might see something Breath of the Wild 2 oriented. We've already seen, I think we know
they
it's
have
official.
A little trailer.
We know a general idea. There's a small teaser trailer. Maybe we see some like early something, although Nintendo doesn't really do that very much.
No, they don't.
Like a lot of these kind of big AAA tactics that are utilized by a lot of big studios, Nintendo doesn't really go in for. They know people are going to buy. They know that they really have that niche corner. You said it yourself, like when we were talking about Mario Golf, it looks fun. It's like a party game.
Yeah.
That is Nintendo's bailiwick. Like that's their turf, right? And they know people are going to buy those things. They don't have to tease. They don't have to do early access. They don't do discounts. They don't do bundle sales, except for like things that are sold in a bundle at full retail price.
Yep.
Right? And then it'll be that price forever, right? Like Breath of the Wild has been out for 2 years now, and it's never changed in price. We paid full shop for it.
Actually,
when we bought it.
Didn't it come out in 2018?
Or like
almost 3 years.
Yeah,
now.
so Nintendo doesn't do that, right? Because they know they don't have to. They know their position. I've dealt with Nintendo marketing and Nintendo PR, and it's run the same way, respectfully so. But like they don't do keys very easily. They don't do promo stuff. They don't do endorsement things like that. So they know exactly where they stand, and I think that's a good place to be as a business, especially in the game industry.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, very nice. There is, so just to get caught up on some of this stuff, because we got a lot of talk about cons and now with like announcements that are coming up. BlizzCon is this week, you mentioned, which is really cool. So BlizzCon is Blizzard's big annual foray, and last week it kind of fell flat because Blizzard, power to them, has the unfortunate luxury of being one of the earliest cons in the year when COVID first hit. So they didn't have the luxury that a lot of other companies had, like understanding how it works, learning how to move to a digital virtual environment, replanning their entire platform. They had BlizzCon bought, right? It was already paid for, and a massive thing which is always hugely attended in, I think it's usually in or around Silicon Valley. But it's around Redwood, I think. I don't quite remember. BlizzCon line,
That's great.
Yeah, but like now I'm sure they have it mastered because Blizzard Activision doesn't screw around when it comes to, I think they're still Activision. They are, of course they are. Doesn't mess around when it comes to stuff like that. So I'm interested to see what Blizzard's version of the online experience looks like. Speth was mentioning Matt Mercer's been announced to run a Diablo themed one shot, which I think should be pretty cool. Like I'm very skeptical around the kitsch of now like involving D&D in everything because it seems to be popping up everywhere. But like Matt Mercer specifically running a one shot in the Diablo universe, whether it's around Tristram or around the lore, there's no one who I'd trust more with that franchise than Matt Mercer because there are so many opportunities to like get voiced and vocal with demons and things like that. I think that will be very cool, and you can rest assured, Steph, that absolutely that video will be available. If you can't watch it in real time, I'm sure you're going to be able to watch that after the fact, so that's probably what I'll do too. Big fan of Mercer, obviously, and the great work that he's done, not just for tabletop role-playing gaming, but as a as an artist as well.
Ryan goes, I just want Diablo 4. Agreed. I would
Yeah,
love. I
they-
would
they-
also love
speaking
to
of dangling
see.
carrots.
Yeah, I would love to see a Diablo
Yeah.
4. Also, we had a great time playing Diablo 3.
Yeah,
so
we did.
much
and
fun.
it's so like that. We haven't
Oh,
had a really
God.
good couch co-op
No,
game
so, like-
since Little Hope
Yeah.
over Halloween from
yeah.
Dark Pictures Anthology.
So it'd be really fun to
Yeah.
get another. I mean, I know there are some
We
good
enjoyed it
2-player
so
games coming on, but
much.
that's a good fighting magic
That's
D&D
the first
style.
game that
almost.
we continued to play after finishing it.
a little bit.
We played a little bit. but the first
yes,
game
but we did,
period
yes.
that we've continued to play after
Yeah.
finishing it on stream. So yeah, and it looks amazing.
Render, didn't you go to one? He didn't go to. He went to E3.
Oh yeah, I went
One
to
year.
E3 last year. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, 2019.
Yeah.
Didn't exist last year.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to. Well, I would have loved to have gone
Oh, no,
to
you went in, like,
BlizzCon
2018.
in my like Warcraft heyday.
2018.
No, it's 2019.
Nope.
It was E3 2019. Anyway, I wasn't that high. I was a foreign visitor. I wasn't doing anything I shouldn't have been doing. US in 2019. But it's been 2 years and they still have no release date for Diablo 4. And that is like part of the Diablo
Yeah.
brand now, isn't it? Like they tease it for like years. But again, I mean, like CDPR broke the mold for everybody on that, right? Announcing and talking about Cyberpunk 2077 for nearly 8 years. And then releasing it broke as... And
No.
I won't go down that
No,
path.
we won't.
So anyway, but yeah, I'm really excited for this year in virtual conferences. I'd be more excited for in-person conferences, of course. But I think what COVID-19, again, these very few silver linings, but they are there, is the fact that I think the virtual component will always be something that remains now because it adds a new outlet for people who can't travel there, who can't get there for cost reasons or whatever, worldwide to attend these things. So I really do think, and BlizzCon pioneered that actually. BlizzCon was the first major conference to have a fully detailed virtual pass.
Yeah.
And they've held that crown for a lot of years. So I'm excited for that, and I'd love to see what I think Blizzard's really going to set the standard for it this year. So to see what happens on Sunday would be very cool.
Yeah.
GaryCon's in the works as well, yeah. And D&D conventions are already there with the groundwork to become entirely virtual. Everyone's playing D&D online anyway right now, and GaryCon and other D&D based conventions are typically really pillared around the games, and that's something that we're not
Yeah.
prevented from doing in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I
And
need to
people
use the
paying
little
Doc
girl's
cool
room.
amounts. All right, do your thing. I'm about to
Too much
kick into nerdity
Oh,
warning.
No, I'm sorry, don't.
All right.
Can't you fill time until I get back?
Yeah, we can talk more about BlizzCon. The Jerry Seinfeld bit on sayings like it is what it is. Like it sayings like it is what it is. So apparently I can't do this on my own. I forget how to read things. I do want to get caught up on chat really quickly. The Mario Brothers. That's a good point, Vegas. Vegas says like, so the Mario Brothers. So there's Mario and Luigi Mario. I never thought about that until you just brought it up. So thanks for ruining that for me. But it's true. They call them the Mario Brothers, but like the XYZ brothers usually after their last name, right? Like the Coen brothers. So wouldn't what's Mario's last name? Wouldn't it be like the brothers? The Firenze brothers? I don't know. That's funny. But thanks for ruining my childhood. That's cool. No idea the GameCube was online capable. I was right now years old when I just found that out too. So yeah, send me the TikTok of a cool Nintendo Did You Know page. Love it. Absolutely. So BlizzCon starts tonight. Aaron Dara, are you and Sila going to be watching that? I'm sure. That's amazing. Yeah, I would love. What do you think the odds are that they're going to announce something Ocarina of Time related on Sunday? BlizzCon, we just talked about it. We just talked about it for like 15 minutes. Your game is broken, Vegas. Cyberpunk is broken. Oh, you're in a meeting. Well, that's a you problem, Vegas. You tell them to wait. Tell them that you have more important things to attend to. Go watch the Mario Brother movie. It exists. I know, and no thank you. No thank you. Yeah, BlizzCon was always good with tying in that digital those digital assets to their conventions as well, right? Like you get a cool mount or a title for your World of Warcraft characters. You got new skins and trophies in Diablo. I really like how they bring the virtual stuff into the real experience of it as well. And I think that I really do think that's going to be the way forward for conventions, even as we return to a sense of normality where we can attend these things in person. I really do think that the fashion forward and smart companies who are running these things will always have some kind of virtual component. It's so easy to do right now. I think it's going to be one of those things where if you want to be taken seriously, you want your convention to be regarded highly, you're going to have some kind of virtual component. And part of that is like virtual swag, right? Because one of the most exciting things about going to these conventions, aside from meeting other like-minded community members, is the swag, right? You get to walk away with cool stuff. You go to booths, you get neat things. You walk away with a pretty hefty sack of loot. But there's a digital part of that too, particularly or specifically almost in the gaming industry. So yeah, the Mario Brother movie actually says that their last names are Mario. Got you. Then not ruin your childhood. Yeah, I think I probably repressed it because it's being terrible.
That movie is awful.
That's probably why I don't remember it. But I mean, like most kitsch when we were growing up in the 80s and early 90s is also terrible, but in like the best kind of way. I wonder if they announced a new expansion for World of Warcraft. Really, right hot off the heels of Shadowlands? You think so? That'll be interesting. I mean, can you have a BlizzCon without announcing a Warcraft expansion? I'd be interested to see because they got a lot of heat for Shadowlands, right? It took a long time. I'd be interested to see. I'll check in on the highlights for sure. 7 times is enough. I won't watch it again, maybe. The Mario Brothers movie? I feel like I might have to watch it again. That might be one of those movies that we throw on for strict nostalgia. But now that Bigly's returned, speaking of the video gaming industry, we're going to go into something that has quite virtually exploded on the internet, particularly around the streaming circuit this week, and that is Valheim. Valheim is from Iron Gate Studios. It is a survivor builder craft game, which is akin to a lot of games like Grounded, Ark, Minecraft, a lot of really big titles. Now, there was a big wave of these that came in over the last couple of years where builder craft survival games were just all that were coming out. And for me, when I saw Valheim, it kind of it reminded me, it harkened to Rend, which I don't know if you guys remember this, but Rend, speaking of Blizzard, was a survival builder crafting game that was launched by some ex-staffers from Blizzard. And they had left Blizzard, they had gotten together and produced Rend, and Rend lasted for about a year, and then it was sunset. They kiboshed the whole thing because it just wasn't going anywhere. They didn't have the player base. It was pretty good. It looked good. It was the exact same type of theme. It was Viking oriented. It was all around Yggdrasil, the world tree, about landing in this island area, building a base. There was a PvP element and there were monsters to hunt and find. Now, what Valheim's done significantly different, and I really appreciate this, is that it's been kept very basic and simple. It has this weird beauty to it, even though the graphics are what not a lot of people would consider good by today's standards. And that got me thinking, look at the games that are exploding. We've got AAA titles who are climbing over themselves to try and get their titles out in this weird new space that we're developing games in. They're trying to, everybody's talking about ray tracing using next-gen technology, blistering real-world graphics, and all this cutting-edge tech. But the games that are exploding amongst communities are games that are simple, easy to get into, and just strictly fun to play, right? Something that can draw your attention, create a great distraction for a significant amount of time, and something you can do with friends. Among Us, Fall Guys, Phasmophobia, Valheim. These are games that are very simple. Raft, they're great. And I think in a certain way, I don't think there's like a vying for space for one type of game or the other, but I do think AAA companies are like wildly overthinking what people want from their games right now. And they're really going heavy on like this endless possibilities, and you affect the world, and it's creating like a lot of titles that are coming out in a buggy shamble, right? Because they're trying to do too much. Really, we want it simple, we want it easy to get into, and we want to be able to do it with friends. Valheim's done a really great job of that. I really enjoyed it. I've been playing it this week. Weirdly, like I said, it's a game that I was really skeptical about. Because to me it looked like Rend. I bought Rend, I played Rend, and then it was Sunset, and that's always shitty feels when that happens, right? You kind of get invested in a game, and the company's like, we're just not doing this anymore. Thanks for your time. Thanks for money. End of story. So I was a little bit gun shy around Valheim, but when I started playing it, and I was looking at, we were watching a video, it's like, oh, it's so beautiful. This guy had an accent. It was exactly this accent. So beautiful. The graphics are gorgeous. It's so immersive. I really feel like I'm there. I look around. There's just, the trees are gorgeous. The grass is gorgeous. The wind is gorgeous. It smells gorgeous. I was like, I don't know. It looks like shit to me.
Because in the video, it's like,
It
look
looks
at
like
the eagle
garbage.
carrying him. The eagle looks
Yeah,
so good.
yeah.
And like the guy in his arm, the eagle's arms was like this.
It looks like he's in a broken T-pose.
Yeah.
But as I started to play it and I gave it the honest time, I was drawn into it as well. And I do feel like the music is really nice. It's this nice, soft, lilting guitar
I'll give you that. The
track
music's nice.
that kind of comes and goes. When you're in the world and you're playing in it, it does feel beautiful. And I can't quite explain it. There's a certain like simplicity, simple beauty to it. The mechanics are really good. It is relatively bug-free, and it's still in early access, by the way. It's $20, and I've already put more time and got more validation from some of the buggier AAA titles that will that have hit the market and just been completely embattled since launch, right? This one came out, it was a sleeper, came out of nowhere. Everyone is playing it. Everyone gravitates to it because it's so easy to get into and accessible. It is a glorious time sink, though, so it is one of these, you have to be sort of the type that can find value in those survival build craft games, which I do. Bigley's not a big fan of them because it can be a little mindless, but that's what I enjoy about it, right? I have my Call of Duties, I have my Cyberpunks, I have my, games where I have to be present and tied in and pay attention to things. This is one that's just like easy and it's robust. The worlds are huge. They're procedurally generated, so no two worlds are alike. You can play it with up to 10 friends right now, and I would expect that to expand as it continue through early access. But specifically what I wanted to raise in the vein of Valheim is the fact that like these simple games are sweeping everything, right? Keep it simple, right? So I think that for me was a big part of it. You own that game too, Steph. What are your first impressions of it? They announced they hit 3 million in sales for Valheim.
That's crazy.
$3 million sales at $20 a piece. You do the math.
Yeah.
That adds up. Like that's a huge windfall. Cyberpunk sold 68 million copies at launch, and it was huge news. Valheim's almost beat them, and it runs the way it should at launch. And it's not even launched yet, actually. Let's be clear. It's still in early access, whereas Cyberpunk is still in beta.
What does that mean? It's in early access.
So early
Can't
access.
anyone get it still?
So here, early access just means. So I'll give you a quick 360 on the evolution of like marketing speak in the gaming industry. Beta used to be a
Yes,
term
I
that
know
was
that.
defined for a game that was pre-release, where very specific people were invited
Yes.
to test the game.
Yes.
And the social contract is that you go in, you play the hell out of the game, you try to break it, you submit bug
Yes,
forms
that
and
one
requests
I
to the
know for
company. That's
beta.
what the beta test
Yeah.
was. Over time, they started opening beta to more people, and they realized that beta was creating a shit ton of hype for these games. So marketing gets hold of the concept of beta, and suddenly betas are wide open. They're bringing a lot of people into beta. Beta becomes something that's less about finding bugs and help complete the development pre-launch of a title, and more about like people just getting the title before anyone else. Enter streamers into the marketing mix, and people are now trying to get into betas because they want to stream it before anybody else. Beta becomes more of like a marketing tool than a development tool, and that started to evolve into what we now know as early access. In fact, you don't really hear about beta anymore at all. Games go from development into early access.
Yeah.
And early access is typically, they basically come out and say, look, the game's not finished. It's under constant development and revision. As such, you're going to get it for a reduced price. Last year, we saw the first iteration where a company released early access, full price, and that was Larian Studios with Baldur's Gate 3, where they said, look, this is more or less complete, but we're calling it early access because you only have like the first third or fourth of the game available to you, but we paid full price for it. And the idea, or the trust, I guess, quotient is that they're going to continue to develop it as things go along. So that's where early access comes from. Now, when you see things that are in early access, in fact, they've even brought like a whole new category into Game Awards as early access games, because games like Fortnite and PUBG were in early access like in perpetuity. They were just like early access for like 5 years.
How can that be a thing?
Because the industry struggled between what defines a game that is perpetual, which is now what they call it, like a persistent development game or a persistent content game, and that has given way to the new term now, which is games as a service. So this refers to a game, we talked about this a little bit last week, a game that like kind of lives on in perpetuity, is constantly getting new content, constantly being enjoyed, played into, and usually involves some kind of cash store or microeconomics. So that has been the evolution of beta into early access into what we now call games as a service. So we will see a lot of this become games as a service. If Valheim is successful long term, it will become very much a games as a service model where you buy, cosmetics from the cash store, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I would probably see for the future of Valheim. Games you have to play with a group like COD turn people off like you if no one is on to play because you don't want to play with randos. Absolutely, Vegas. That's kind of the cut both ways of this type of model, is that they are infinitely fun when you have people to play with and terribly frustrating when you don't. And that's why ultimately like I had to walk away from World of Warcraft, because I loved it when I had people I knew and trusted to play with. But also I know there's more to that story than that. But point being, I had the most fun in World of Warcraft when I was playing with my crew, right? My guild. When I had to do randos pugs, I was like, fuck. It was like such a crapshoot. You never knew if you were even going to get through the dungeon, right? Or get the gear that you wanted. So there is stuff like that. But Valheim is just as engaging so far in my experience as a single player solo experience as I imagine it would be. I've been playing it for a week. I'm quite enjoying it, and I've never played with people yet. In fact, quick plug there, we are discussing that as a community. If you like Valheim, you want to do it as a community, let me know, because if we have enough interest, then I will rent a dedicated server for us that's up 24/7 that we can all participate in. You can have up to 10 people on a server at once, so we can have multiple members but only 10 at a time, and I think they would look to expand that very quickly because that game has gone through the roof, right? So yeah, there you go. Vegas, why do games not have more turndowns and romances? Maybe a topic for next week. Yeah, it's true. Like, let's reflect real life. The girl doesn't always go for the main character, right? It doesn't always go for you. Is that what you mean? Arizona or Fused Tea? Neither for me. I don't participate in either of those products, but thank you for the question. Do you have a preference?
Arizona.
Not sponsored.
No.
Beta, a term insecure males call other males who aren't toxic. Yeah, that's funny. I got that one we could afford to see by the wayside. I got a club, an axe, and a hammer. I haven't gone back yet because of school, but you're right. It's pretty to look at. It's funny. I was having this conversation with some of my folks at Squad, and they're like, yeah, I've got this iron axe. Yeah, I'm on the second world boss. And I'm like, I made a boar farm, and they're having babies. That's my progression in this story. But it's not because I like to make animal farms. It's because I need leather. Let's be real. They're just products.
Is that
to
what
me.
you've been doing in the game?
Factorio is in early access. It changed so much from early access to the beginning of the final release. Yeah, so it's a constant evolution of these games, and that's part of the fun.
You made a boar farm.
Yes,
making babies.
I did a lot of things, but that's just one of my industries.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay?
Sorry, and you built a house.
I built a house. I built an awesome house, and then I learned how structure works. Interestingly enough, like you have to use
it's all certain, yours,
it's like modified and it's all mine. It's mine. There's like a certain amount of like logistics in the structural engineering of things too. Like you can't build things too high or they just start to collapse. It's really great. Yeah. There are these like, it's one of those games where you discover the mechanics as you play through, and hundreds of recipes. But the goal of the game, there is a goal in this game, and I think this is something that Ren was missing, is like the what of it. Like, why am I doing this? So there are 4 main like demigods in the world that you have to survive long enough, build long enough, evolve to a point where you can defeat them all. And most of the people who've been playing hardcore since this thing launched have still not downed the fourth and final boss. And you need people, you need community effort. So at first I was like, 4 bosses, like this game's gonna take like weeks for people, not months. But apparently by the average gamer standard, it takes a long time to like build up the materials, establish a base, create the equipment that you need, gather the people you need to hunt and kill these 4 bosses. That it does actually have some some long legs for playtime. Anyway, yeah, we tried Ark once, and it was not. You didn't like it.
Look,
Why?
I'm not talking much because I just don't like these type of games for me. I don't like the idea of going around and for the first 3 days I'm playing the game, hitting rocks and chopping down trees to get things. Like that's not.
I love it. I can just turn my brain off and be like, I'm doing this.
That's not fun to me.
Yeah.
You know, that's we're talking about Valheim.
Yeah,
right now.
Valheim, and more specifically, survival builder craft game, and the inclement rise of just simple games that are very easy and fun to get into.
So yeah, I just like, for me, I'm like, why do I want to do that? That's like gathering. That's like chores. I don't want to do chores in a video game I'm playing. Like, I want to be immersed in a story and be attached to a character and like go and do stuff, not be like, have to cook some food now. Oh, I need some firewood. I gotta go cut a tree. Oh, and like that's basically the basis. Yes, there's games where you have to do things like that. And like Breath of the Wild, yes, you have to do some of that in Breath of the Wild, but that's not the main things you have to do in Breath of the Wild.
No, it's very complementary to your progress against the story.
Right? So like,
absolutely.
I don't like being dropped in a game with nothing and you like build a house. I'm like, I don't want to build a house. I'm not an 8-year-old girl who's
like
playing
11.
with Barbie.
Got it. You're making sense, but like it's just not that. You're just not that type.
No, that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying though. It's just why
all the things that you've expressed that you dislike about it are exactly what I love about it. Because, and this is exactly the point. I think that's the type of gamer that it appeals to, right? Like, I spend all day kind of mired in things. So when I have a minute, like sometimes I want to get on COD with my friends and blast, sure. But I also really like turning my brain off and just being like, I'm just going to do this mindless thing, because that's what my brain wants right now. I can chill. Like when I play Call of Duty, I have to be on. I'll barely even drink when I'm playing Call of Duty. I won't do anything else because I need to be tuned in. I need to be attentive. It's very active and engaged. But I also like having a roster of games that are very chill. Like I can do whatever I want. I can kick back.
Do you remember what I told you about? Like, you're like, ooh, I can kick back.
There's
I don't
no
have
but.
to
It's
think.
just like, that's what you like.
Yeah. But what
I'm
thinking, what I'm just saying is, do you remember what I told you about? Because like, when you say you just sit down and turn your brain off and do it, I told you it stresses me out.
Yes, I know.
Right?
Yes.
So
and
it's
the point
like,
I'm making is how different.
Yeah. No,
like,
I'm.
We enjoy
I know.
games
I'm not
together,
arguing
but
with you.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
We're just having the discussion. It's a talk show. I feel attacked. No, but it's Baz would play Minecraft, Bigley would play Minecraft.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. No, just don't. Because you're gonna go into like why you don't like Minecraft. I know.
No, I was gonna go into why I actually don't. We tried Minecraft Dungeons.
So first of all, you're right. I played Minecraft. I did like it.
Yes.
And what did I do in Minecraft?
Yeah, the same.
What did I do in Minecraft?
You sat and built stuff.
No, I sat and mined things. Because that's what I loved about Minecraft. I would go down and I would just fight. I would literally dig, and that's funny because you used to joke, you're like dig, like digging simulator, because that's how I played Minecraft. I like to build things, and I built huge things.
I used to make fun of him when he played it.
Huge things in Minecraft, but what I enjoyed most was just digging down and doing like branch mining. And my team loved me because I was the guy who would just go down and mine for hours and then dump all my resources in the community chests. And they're like, shit, we got like tons of diamonds and shit and everything we need, because Basil just goes down and like digs for 2 hours. And I'm like, but that's it. I'll sit with a scotch and I'll just fucking do shit.
Yeah.
Man, and that's it.
No, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's also okay. It's okay to really like those type of games, and it's okay to not like those type of games.
But you're right. You were going to talk about Minecraft Dungeons.
Right. So
that was the first game we ever played on 2Play.
It is. So if you didn't see, it was the first game we ever played on 2Play, and I hated it. Because it wasn't a proper story. It wasn't. It was very like, to me, it was very like childish, and
it played more like a Minecraft mini game.
Yes.
And it was strange to me that because we had just finished playing Diablo 3,
Yeah.
which we both loved, and Minecraft Dungeons is basically like Diablo 3 but skinned for Minecraft.
Well,
without the
and
story
I also
and
said
the
it
depth.
is.
Yeah.
I also said it's like I think Minecraft Dungeons would be a great game for like kids who are too young to play Diablo, because Diablo's obviously a lot more violent, and the story and the imagery and stuff is a lot more adult.
Yeah.
So I can understand why people like that, but like as someone who's an adult, and I don't like that art style.
Well, you should have led with that, because I know a big thing for you is you really don't like the art style. You don't like the 8-bit art. You looked at it once and were like, I don't like this game before you played it, because it was.
But
like,
I tried. I
you did
always
try. But you went into it already thinking that you weren't gonna like it.
But I do
because
try.
you specifically said, I don't like the way it looks, I don't like the way
Yeah.
it feels. Those are all valid.
Yeah.
Like, those are not things you have to defend. But like, I think you need, it's an important aspect of why you didn't like them too, right?
Yeah, no,
Michael, really
absolutely.
quickly, thank you very much for the like. It was a while back. Sorry, I think we got in
No,
a
I think we
tirade
caught
about.
him. I think I caught him while
did
we
you?
were doing
Okay,
stuff.
very nicely done, Big. But you're not far off the mark, Steph.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
So for me, it's just like, I do like those slash like hack and slash storyline
Yes.
game. But
Diablo.
Loved Diablo. But,
Dungeon Siege 3. We
Yeah,
played,
love
and
that.
That's the first game like that.
but for me, Minecraft was just like, it was too childish.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing.
And like, don't
you're-
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I
No,
love
no.
childish things.
Yes.
I watch My Little Pony.
She's binging My
okay?
Little Pony right now. It's not a comment
So
on
it's
childish
not-
things versus adult
No,
things.
exactly. I just wanted to clear that up.
But you associate it with like something that's meant for a particular demographic that you don't see yourself in.
Right, but I also played it and didn't enjoy it. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
true.
like
You
it.
did give it an honest
I
chance.
did.
Just like Ark. Like, it took
Yeah.
me a long time to drag you into Ark. You gave it a good solid try, and like, you just weren't
I
feeling
just
it
didn't like
because it is that repetition. And Ark is even worse for that. Like, there is no purpose in Ark.
No.
Like, Ark appeals to people who like to grind
Yes.
and just progress things
Which is
on
great
a chain.
and totally fine.
But there's no story, or I mean, there's like kind of an overarching story. Now they're trying to bring it in with Vin Diesel, a good game. We'll see how that goes. But yeah.
Steph, do you like Harry Potter? Yes, I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
She better.
She better, yeah. We're both big Potter
Yeah.
fans. I wouldn't say Potter heads, because I reserve that for like the true like hardcore Harry Potter. Like, Meg is a Potter
Yes,
head.
yes.
But yeah, big fan of Harry Potter. Eddie Ralph, what about welcome? Good to see you, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, and I Love Dragons 56. Welcome, by the way. I know we did let you know what we're talking about. Wanted to say welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Eddie Ralph, what about the Lego games or Among Us? Those are pretty kid-friendly graphics. Yeah, so it's an art style that works. We've played the Lego games.
We have. We
Great
played a
cooperative
couple. Super
games
fun.
too.
But see, the Lego game has a through story. Like, and it was and it's funny. It's like the Lego movie, right? It's like a cartoon that's like made for adults with jokes. You know what I mean? Like kid stuff that
well, it's got
still
that
has
kid-
adult jokes in it too.
Different beasts altogether.
I'm just not a huge fan of Minecraft, and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
So like, even if they do iterations, like Spluff is saying they have a Minecraft Harry Potter server out there, but like, I don't want to play Minecraft in any form.
Would your like enjoyment of the franchise overcome like
I
the
don't
fact
think
that
so.
it's Minecraft?
I don't
Probably
even
not.
think if it was Lord of the Rings, I don't even think I'd play a Minecraft event. So
That's
that just
telling.
tells you I don't
That's
like
telling.
Minecraft.
That's too
I
Minecraft-y.
don't like the story, and it's not about it looking always young, like kid-friendly graphics. Like Among Us is adorable and
Yeah,
super
Among Us
cute.
is great. Yeah,
Lego
we
games are
enjoyed
super
that
cool.
too.
I just don't like that like blocky.
Yeah.
I just don't like the Minecraft style
8-bit.
specifically. Yeah, I don't like that for a game now.
Fair.
But yeah, like there's lots and lots and lots of games that like are kid-friendly games that I love.
Yeah.
Just don't like that one.
Just not a fan of Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's all good.
And the builder games.
If you like MLP, look
My
up the
Little Pony.
TTRPG Tales of Equestria, My Little Pony. Oh yeah, wasn't that recent? Didn't that launch like recently? Skarshack, I think.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, but I mean, the other side of that too is like the simplicity of these games, and Lego's done a really good job of that.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited for the Skywalker saga. I saw the reveal of that at E3 2019 when I was there. And it looks great. Like they are taking. So you know what we love about the Lego series, right? It's that cooperative nature. It really works well. There's great replay values. You unlock different characters. You can go back through the levels.
Funny.
What they're doing with Skywalker Saga is all that great stuff you love about Lego games, but it's a slightly more open world format where you can fly from planet to planet. I think there are 9 planets at launch. You can unlock a ton of characters, and it has more of like a 3D world feel.
It looks cute.
Than that deep side scroller feel that Lego games traditionally have. So I think that's really cool. That's one for 2 play for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And like, look, the thing is it's like, for me, the biggest things for me when I'm playing a game are, is there a good story? Is there a story I can feel? Are there characters I can feel attached to, right? And the look of the game.
Right.
If all those things add up for me, I'm going to like the game most likely, right? So like but if it's a builder game, I'm not going to like it.
Right.
I'm just not, I'm like, I'd rather go watch a cartoon downstairs for 3 hours than sit and dig for 3 hours on a computer.
Fair.
Right?
Yeah.
But like, if you want to that's how I turn my brain off. If you want to turn your brain off by sitting and digging for 3 hours, then sit and dig for 3 hours, right?
I'll roll up some Canadian classic, sit here with a scotch, and just dig.
And
for
I'll
2
do
hours.
the same thing.
And my clan will be like, "This is awesome because now we don't have to." Do
and
it.
I'll do the same thing.
That's my contribution.
I'll grab a glass of wine and I'll put on My Little Pony.
There you go. Varying
Right?
days.
Like
so different and yet so similar. And Ralph, about pixelated old school games like Castlevania. Now, interestingly enough, I'm the same. Like, I don't really go in for retro very much.
Yeah,
for that
me
reason.
neither.
Like, I get that it appeals to a lot of people, and I have tremendous respect for folks who kind of live in that like 8-bit, 16-bit environment. Typically, I would say no. However, when we grabbed the Super Nintendo Entertainment System bundle on Switch, the first thing I did was queue up Pilot Wings. You guys remember Pilot Wings? Because it is that nostalgia.
It's a nostalgia.
Now, that's not a new 8-bit games that are trying to sell as like a retro art style. Zero interest.
Agreed.
Because it's not the art style that I go in for. It's the bringing me back to how I felt when I first played that game as a teenager or a child. And then we queued up Super Mario World.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I was like, let's see what this is like. I thought we were going to turn it on and say like, oh, cool, it's there. It's off. We played it for like an hour.
It was so much fun, right? But again, nostalgia. If they released, like, I don't want an 8-bit game, a new 8-bit game.
Yeah.
I just want to play the old ones.
Yeah.
Right? If they're releasing new games, I expect them to be freaking amazing and like up to standards with like new video game standards that we expect.
I mean, you're either going there and look, like stylized graphics can be great. I hate that the industry has a tendency now to use the term stylized graphics to basically mean shitty. But you look at like Breath of the Wild has stylized graphics.
But it's beautiful.
Genshin Impact. Valheim, I would even say, has stylized graphics. Stylized graphics should be beautiful. It's not an excuse to say, well, the graphics are shitty.
Yes.
So it runs on your phone or your $1,700 computer, right? So there's a little bit of that. Snebby, oh my God, Snebby Snicker, welcome. Good to see you. It's been a while. Hello, and welcome. Svetha, you should check out Dyson Space Program, Baz. It's not MP yet, but it's also an early access game too. Oh, it's not multiplayer yet. Okay, Dyson Space Program, all about checking out new stuff. And that's a good point too. The other thing that this has done when we see this this amplified rise of games from out of nowhere that are simple and more or less indie is that it opens up people's minds to accepting things like that. Like, we're not always waiting for the next AAA from Larian or Ubisoft or EA. We're more attuned to saying like, hey, like indie games can be pretty great too. Yes, a lot of them can be shitty, but every now and then there's that diamond in the rough. Among Us is not a new game. Among Us has been out for well done. Among Us has been available for like 5 years. It just took it that long to get discovered.
Has it been available that long?
Yeah,
that's
it's
crazy.
like 5 years old, that game.
Because people are home now.
And Ralph, I have an interesting art style that's semi-retro. Octopath Traveler, huge game too. I've never played it, but it's a massive game too. Scrap Mechanic is a nice game. Very nice. Yeah, there's a ton of really good stuff coming out if you only know where to look, and usually someone will find it. Twitch plays such a big, or streaming plays such a big role now in like how games get discovered too. So I hope that Valheim has legs. I am a little bit skeptical still because I was burned by Rend, which is almost like the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And like I said, get at us on Discord, gang. drop !Discord in chat if you want that information, because I am trying to get a sense from the community. If we have even a handful of people that want to play it together, then I'll throw it's like $15-20 a month to rent a dedicated server. I'll throw that together for the BazNBigly Big League community. We can start a community there. We can start a build, and I think that would just be really great, fun community gaming. The game itself is $20 to pick up, so totally accessible. And on that note, I know Ampot would be proud of me if I do him justice and say that this Monday, our community gaming night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific is Raft. I think we're playing Raft this week. I don't have it yet. I'm not sure if I'll make that one, but Ampot and Pleasant Doom are spearheading that one. It's also kind of like a builder survivor, but like you piece together the tales of people who lived on this island before where you're stranded, and you kind of go out to sea and stuff like that too. So Bigly might not be there. I might grab it. But every Monday night is community games night with the BazNBigly Big League. So make sure you get on Discord and join us for that. We've played Sea of Thieves, Call of Duty, Among Us. Now Raft is coming in, and I would like to see Valheim feature in that at some point too. So
yeah,
get at us on Discord.
But
for sure,
don't forget about tomorrow.
Before Monday, though, we've got a whole weekend full of goods. Tomorrow, of course, Saturday morning is
our pajama stream.
That's right, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. We roll out in PJs, grab a coffee, and play games together. We're going to continue to play through Breath of the Wild, which we had so much fun with last night.
Like we had the best
Great time with Chad, a whole
time.
bunch of raids, and a lot of people really enjoying it, us included, of course. So we're looking forward to continuing with that with you Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think yes.
There you go. And with that, a pleasant wrap on what I think was a really interesting.
That was a good show.
We had some really great
show.
topics. I'm not afraid to look back and say, hey, that was a really good show.
Yeah, it was a great show.
You guys did it. You guys did it. More Breath of the Wild awesomeness tomorrow.
So
We're
excited.
excited. So come along, join us in your PJs, grab your morning beverage of choice, tea, coffee, scotch neat, whatever you do. No judgment here.
And you know what?
Join us for the way that Saturday morning cartoons used to be.
And next Friday, it's my birthday.
Oh, that's right. Bigly's birthday next Friday. We're going to kick off with the Friday morning show on your
my birthday.
Spread the word. It'd be nice to get Bigly
Birthday
some birthday love.
stream.
That's right, your first birthday stream. Those are always fun. So we'll have that in the title. We'll hype it up with the community as well. Anything else you want to add? Thanks for the reminder.
No.
For the community, I mean. I obviously didn't forget. No, I didn't. Lots of good things going on next week. I'll have the guide ready to help you out tomorrow.
Amazing.
Fantastic for Breath of the Wild. We'll look forward to seeing you there again tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. We hope to see you for more Breath of the Wild goodness on the Saturday morning pajama stream.
Yay.
So until then, friends, happy gaming. Be good to one another. And we'll see you tomorrow morning right here for another great stream on BazNBigly. Enjoy your Friday and have a great weekend ahead. Madam Bigly.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye, gang.